Good morning, Island Boy. Yep, that's unfortunately. Island Boy, you need to share, share the wealth. You can catch up 2,500. You know what I'm saying? From that 5,000 that you got. It's just a little small.
Oh shit. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sleepy Sector. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for pulling up. Amari, E. Mills, Eames, Snowden. What's going on, y'all? Waiting on Indigenous to pull up, and I'm gonna drop the link. Where that boy at? Hey, yo, E. Mills, check this out, yo. Check this out. Damn, which one is it? Oh, I think it's this one. Do you not see the accuracy, baby? Vicious when it comes to this game, man. Trying to post this damn link. This on trip. Come on, man. What the hell? Damn. I can't wait till I upgrade all this shit. Let me find another jump. I think it's... Little nigga ain't see me coming. Shit, wow, man. Where Indigenous at? Snowden, you can come up if you want. Mm. Damn, that boy smooth criminal. What up, Timothy? What's good with you, man? Thanks for pulling up. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, 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 what's the dealio? What's going on in your neck of the woods? I wanted to talk to old boy.
Yeah, indigenous. That's why I'm waiting to pull
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I wanted to talk to him because I just want to see where he at in this whole thing. Because I've been waiting on this ever since 2014, and that's when the Bitcoin was potentially like I wouldn't invest in Bitcoin now, but back then it didn't turn over yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, like
people
nobody really knew about it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
but they was telling me to invest in it back then, and people became millionaires overnight behind it.
yeah, they sure did.
You know, they became millionaires overnight behind that stuff, and but I wasn't really paying attention. I was paying attention to this big one. You know what I'm saying?
Same
So
here.
you know what I'm saying? So, but I've been telling these people about this stuff for a good minute, but people are starting to see. But you know what I'm saying? Uh, you know.
I've been up all night, Timothy. Sure. I just been thugging it all night for real. Yeah, that
I will.
everybody was I was told about Bitcoin, but like I ain't really I don't be into investing like in stocks and stuff like that. So I ain't really paid it no mind. And then when I was
Uh,
going to invest in it, that's when I got put on game about how it's really being used. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And they saw this
It,
coming. That's why they had this junk pre-prep for years to get people comfortable to invest with it, to show that it's real. That way they can rob people at the end. You feel me?
yeah, I think that these are just waves of how they're getting coming up on new money. It's just waves. Like this is out in their plan. But yeah, it definitely pulled a lot of people out of poverty. That Bitcoin stuff when it was and it's some more coins that's supposed to go up too.
Yeah, like Dogecoin. They got like I don't know. It's probably like what
Like
9 of them.
Dogecoin. Yeah, and they was telling me to invest in that coin, and I need to go ahead and invest in it because Bitcoin that done already made its money. Now it's time to go to the next coin. You know what I'm saying? That's the one with that
Yeah,
dog on there, right? So I want to buy some that coin on Robinhood, that Dogecoin, before it go live. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
I
I
ain't
start
heard nothing.
investing.
I hadn't heard nothing wicked about that. I just know, they were doing that wicked shit with that Bitcoin.
What wicked stuff that was they doing?
They was basically buying children with Bitcoin.
Oh, they was doing anything. Okay, so you do know they have the internet. They had a deep web, right? You know about the deep
Yeah.
web, right? And then you know about
Uh-huh.
the dark web, right? You know about the dark web, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the deep web is bigger than the dark web, and then but they was buying everything with them Bitcoins.
Yeah, that's how they was. Yep. So I
They
do
was
know,
buying
like I had a
everything.
screenshot. I gotta look for it, but I got a screenshot of somebody buying 10,000 Bitcoin for pepperoni, basically meaning boy, and cheese pizza is good little girl.
Oh yeah, yeah, that it's a FBI thing, yeah. But I don't know. Can you talk about this on here? Cause I ain't
I
trying
mean,
to get
shoot,
y'all channel.
that
I
that
ain't
I
trying to
mean
get
that information is out there.
it's out there, but like, if you're trying to make money, you can't really talk about this out in the open. But I definitely want to talk to old boy because well, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to get y'all channels flagged because it's like that's the rabbit hole go deep.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
rabbit hole deep as a motherfucker. What I'm waiting on is these tribunals. That's what I'm waiting on.
But come on, do you actually? Because here's the thing. Like even with the Hillary, the Haiti thing, right? Like yeah, she went over there enriching her pockets and stuff like that. But the government was also getting her to do stuff too. So that's why I say Trump was. Like I said, Trump was doing the pointing the finger at Hillary for stuff he was participating into.
But see, you got to think about it too. When the military didn't come to that man for no particular reason. If that was the case,
How do you?
his ass would have been locked up. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
they
here the
came to
military.
him.
You honestly believe the military went to him?
Yeah. Hey, look,
You honestly believe that?
this shit is crazy to believe. But what you think JFK was doing behind the scenes all these years? While people think he's actually dead?
Okay, but you know what? It's always a double-edged sword because you got to know about this too. That the CIA is part of making sure we keep these other countries in line, so we can stay at the
Yeah,
top of that pyramid.
yeah. That's why they
So,
attacked Haiti so much because I mean they didn't comply with their agreements. You know what I'm saying? The
but
same
they
with other
attacked
countries.
Haiti. But the reason why they attacked Haiti because Haiti fought for their freedom from slavery. They fought for that. They fought to be liberated.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
most definitely.
but us as a Black Americans, we can step in and say no, we're not going to do this, and go over and build businesses and stuff like that. Because Haiti is right by that. That is they share an island with Sosa. Is that what that is?
Thank you, Timothy. What you said again? Alan Sosa.
Okay, so it's Haiti and another country. They're right beside each other, right?
Yeah, but I can't remember the name of it.
I can't remember the name of it too, but as Black Americans, because we have say so, okay, we're Black Americans. We have say so. We can go over there and we can start putting businesses and stuff over there in Haiti. So for every, what I'm saying, there's an opportunity there in Haiti. We can go over there. Okay, so let me tell you, it's this lady. I used to work at the Walmart in Addison, right? So it's a lady, African lady. She an African lady. She was buying pallets of water and putting them on a ship and taking them to Africa, taking the water to Africa.
Oh, okay.
So people. That's why I say I wish Black people knew who they was. You know what I'm saying? And so you know what I'm saying.
Like I ain't gonna
Because
lie, I seen a video where they said that Africans first discovered America, but see, Africans is not really Africa isn't its real name. It was taken over by I forgot what the actual name is, and it was taken over by somebody else that named it Africa.
yeah, the Black people back then they didn't call Africa Africa. It was by they called it another name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't
But
remember what that name was.
the name was. But Africans was already using the drift in the ocean to make it to the Americans to the Americans. So African people was already making it over here. You know what I'm saying?
Like we was
Already
all
making it over.
over.
We was all
Cause
over
like
the
we're the
globe.
original Asian, we're the original
Yeah,
we're the original everything. So
yeah, we're the original everything. And so, do you have Instagram?
oh here you go right here. Yeah, I got Instagram.
Say, I want to accept your Instagram because I want to talk to old boy to see where he at.
He right here.
Yeah. Okay. Say, because I want to talk to you about this reset and stuff like that, but I don't want to say too much on here. Um, let me see.
A lot of the stuff that I know, I gotta like go back and look over it because I can't remember all this shit. I need to start writing shit down for real, for real.
And start saving that stuff. What's your Instagram name?
It's Rob the Great 35.
Okay. Rob the Great 35.
It's not THE, it's THA.
Okay. 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 So you said it's Rob R O
R O
R O
B
B.
T
Okay.
H A. Yeah,
TH. Okay, THA.
yeah.
Okay, I see you. Okay, I'm following you now. Okay, Rob the Great. I want to get also you on there too. I'm finna send you this. Hold on. I want you to look at
Yo,
this.
yo.
Okay.
All
Let me
right.
see.
I come
I
across a
just
lot of
wish I.
videos too. I'll be sending to people.
Yeah. I wish black people knew who they was, man. I mean, it wouldn't even be like this if a lot of Harriet Tubman even said it. She said, man, say people just knew who they, you know, it's
If
just,
the slaves knew they were slaves, I would. If the slaves knew they weren't slaves, I would have set a lot of them free.
yeah, like,
That's my words. That's my
But
man.
see,
words.
this the
And we
problem
had the
though.
power and
She said that.
didn't even know it, man. Hold on, let me do this.
The
I think
problem
I got
start
you.
from the time we are born when
Mhm.
they
I forgot
inject
this.
us with that fake ass um
Injections. I get what
what's
you're
that shit
saying.
they
Like,
call it? Vitamin they claim it's ABC, you know what I'm saying? That the
mhm.
vitamins or whatever they claim that they injecting in us. That's not that type of shit. That's some other shit to fuck us up mentally.
Correct. Like they actually what they did was eject the few that they could to slow
Hey
us down.
Brenda.
What up, Brent? Yeah, shut up. Hey, but hey Rob, you heard what I said earlier though.
About what you talking about the gematria?
Yeah, that too. But I was like, man, how come I don't got no? I told you I wasn't gonna do that over here. I'm not saying that. You heard me?
Yeah.
Now I'm good. Like, what's the topic though?
I need to follow you too on Instagram.
No, but you know what? Go ahead. I don't have an Instagram page yet.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay.
Don't yet. Like I'm thinking about doing it. I don't like I didn't move to Facebook until last year because I was in Iowa like 15 years.
Yeah, you man, you
That's
ain't
what
missing nothing.
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Cause
I
like
mean, we can
you know how the way people be out here doxing and stuff.
correct. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Facebook dox more people than anybody. People just don't
That's what I
realize.
heard. But nobody have my Facebook account.
But
But
see,
but
like
but I'm thinking it's tied into each other.
more than likely, it's a lot of shit that's tied into each other. Like I be
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
people, like you know what I'm saying. These business like these businesses like grocery all from the grocery store to us going to the hospital to going to the pharmacy, vice versa. All that shit is well connected, yo. It is a we involved in a chain, bro. That's how they make their money.
But honestly, at the end of the day, we are the currency that's flowing through the world, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of foreigners and a lot of like different countries know that everything moves on our back. If we stop working today, the whole world will shut down.
Oh hell yeah. Hey, look, if we had our own America, my dude, imagine how booming that joint would be. Cause we spend the
That's what
most
they have.
bread. We spend the
We
most
was the
bread.
leader. Correct. We was the leader in trade
Yeah,
before.
we'll be like one of the most richest countries ever.
If we would have stayed in power, that's why they had to come over and take us over by this. Remember, I mentioned that book. I mentioned the book. The book I mentioned earlier was um, um, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. But if you really look into it, you'll realize that the currency thrives off of us, and if we don't sit there and provide or give a better understanding of it, we'll honestly, a lot of our ancestors seen that we was leading in trade and we didn't know that they came over here to take over and we befriended them And that's the reason why we're in the situation we're in a nutshell.
Yeah, and also they said when we closed our eyes and we bowed our heads, we had the Bible and they had our land.
Correct.
Facts.
Correct. They know, but honestly, right before that, we closed our eyes, they had the Bible. And we opened our eyes, the Bible was presented, and we accepted it, and they took over in a
Man,
nutshell, in so many words.
yeah.
And we still haven't recovered from that.
I mean, because it's the mind. Our mind is
But,
still
but,
some of our
but,
minds is still in bondage.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? I know
mhm.
what Kanye West was coming from, but his delivery of it was just kind of not in the universe with love. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking Kanye West was probably being rude about it, trying to wake America up. You feel me?
But that's not. I mean, you can't.
Like he don't. I don't even think he really care about how he delivered it. He just put it out there because I know he ain't want to, and I know he not supposed to. But at the same time, he knew he was taking a risk on saying what he was saying.
He did, and actually, I know he knew he was gonna take a blow to where everybody else was going to kick out. But like somebody else said, that's why he don't call himself Kanye no more. He call
Nah,
himself,
yeah, he called himself Yay. What up,
and
King?
think about
Thanks for
what
pulling
Prince
up.
did. Think about what Prince did. He called himself the artist formerly known as,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what Kanye doing. He breaking his ties. Like a lot of people say, you have to take a loss to get a better game.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take two steps back to gain a foot.
See, I think the Yee is the actual Kanye. I think that Kanye West was a clone because when they had a video of him being like by how he was old looking, like how he was looking homeless, I don't think that was the real Kanye.
And that's why I want to say, me and you can do some talking in the background, but I believe Kanye West is the name that he know he signed the title over to by him creating Ye is his new beginning.
Yeah,
If
I
that
think
makes
so too. But I gotta keep paying attention to this dude just to see, cause I mean he's speaking all this truth and stuff, but he not talking about these children. You feel me?
yeah, you right here. It
He
hasn't
talked
said
about kids, but he was talking about his kids. When you
correct,
gonna talk about everybody's kids, bro?
Well,
but
I
that's
just feel
you have to
like
start there.
instead of saying that stuff, help build up these, black, underprivileged communities. I'm talking about black underprivileged communities.
I heard.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just giving all that money away, saying reckless stuff. The black people that got money is the black people that you gotta be smart. You gotta make sure your money is weaving
And
with
that's
the
what
white
that and
people.
that's why I think he say he Ye now instead of Kanye.
But
Salute,
why?
Slump Miss Sunset Gift.
How you
What's
That's what I
going
doing?
think.
on?
What's good with it?
Good
Nothing much. We
morning.
just
Good morning, Miss.
conversating, trying to build a little bit.
Yeah, I saw you live, so I said, let me jump up on here, and grace your panel with my presence. This is my first time seeing you
Thank you,
live
thank
this
you.
morning.
Much love, all grace. So
Look, both of us was having difficulties trying to hook up to Just Jay the other day because I was trying to tap into her live too the same day you was doing it. I couldn't get it either. You remember the
Right.
other day you was trying to get on with her and you just I don't know what was going on.
I don't know neither. I kept hearing ghosts and all that shit in the background. That shit was plucking.
sound like it was spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out. I mean, yeah, I know you probably went live before, but I'm just here
I
just
think what it
listening
was,
in.
it was multiple panels pulled up. I don't know how, but I mean, shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to work StreamYard too because I want to start going live myself. But yeah, I feel you, bro. I'm just here listening in. How y'all doing this morning? Indigenous.
Doing pretty good.
And
And what is that? What's the name? What's that? Shoulder?
Snowden.
Shoulder?
Snowden.
How y'all doing
How
this
you
morning?
doing?
Grand Rising sis.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rise.
Right. Grand Rising. not
Yes.
that other stuff. Because once, and that's another thing too. Our people need to learn what these English terms mean, like these English words. Like, stop saying you going to look for a job because job means what's it, prosecution?
Hmm.
I think
Slavery.
in no, in the Hebrew term it means I think it means prosecution. It's
It,
something with a
but
P.
but in American terms, that means slavery.
Yeah, but I mean basically that's what it is. And hello means oh hell backwards and all this other stuff.
Yes, correct,
Oh wow.
Like, yeah,
correct.
that's I mean
Called
it's
word curses.
yeah, like, and then
I
shit.
had a
And
book.
I believe every language is no, well,
Listen,
English is more of a spell casting. So like when you speak it into existence, I mean it's bound to happen.
Well, they said the power's in the tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
Power is in the tongue.
Shayna
The,
must
the
have
tongue is the most powerful weapon on your body.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
The
You know,
most
it
powerful.
says, "Speak those things that be not as though they were." So if you don't know you speaking it into existence, doesn't mean it's gonna stop it from coming to existence. So I get it.
right, right.
And as black
Yeah.
people, we manifest things. We create things. We're creators. So when you speak something, you create it. I mean, like, man. So y'all just don't know. Like, people, black people and your melanated people are the most powerful creatures on this planet. You know what I'm saying? But I love everybody, black, white, gay, straight. I love everybody though. So you know what I'm saying? I don't want to single out, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, oh,
So y'all
you
was
know,
just what was y'all discussing before I just rudely came in and just shook the panel? So
I
y'all
know,
know.
right?
Now you won't be
we,
in rude shit.
we was
I'm like,
talking about
Shayna must have went to sleep on y'all.
we was
See now
talking
that's being rude. Nope.
Dang, everyone.
yeah, we was
What was
talking
y'all
about this
talking about?
global currency
you know
reset,
what? I
and I
just looked that book up. It's called The Indoctrinated Devil's Dictionary. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they I need to learn that
no.
laws of black book.
That's
Yeah,
where
I
the
just was
spells
looking.
are
I was
cast.
just looking that up. The Black Law book is
And
is that what you talking about?
um, and it's called Indoctrinated. I got to go back again. It's called the Indoctrinated Devil's Dictionary.
Okay.
One of my boys sent this to me, and he told me to look at all the spell casting that's in it and
Yo,
by
and it's
verses.
crazy, yo. You think when you born into this world and you grow up being a child, you think life is normal the whole entire time. It's just a whole entire plan for you to be involved even more with the system, yo.
Man,
With the corporation, like that shit is wild. But I gotta untie my name from this corporation though. That's one way of getting your indigenous back.
yeah, I've been looking into that too, bruh. I came across this guy. His name is High Frequency Radio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta listen to that brother. He
you
is
talking
like
about
that.
you talking about becoming a nationalist.
Well, I mean, that's the only way you can actually eliminate yourself from being. Because what we don't know is this: as long as you have a birth certificate and you don't have control of it, that and your social, if you don't make it private, the
Correct.
government can force any law that they make on you, whether you believe it or not.
Correct.
But
Back.
can
Acquiescence, they call it. No innocence of the law.
It's
but okay, because my friend was telling me she's going to become a national and she wants to be free and
Sure.
sovereign. But is that possible? Because
Yes,
You
sir.
yeah,
can't.
Yes.
yeah. Hey,
Wait,
and
Yes.
to
ain't
be
that
honest too, and to be honest, we're not a corporation no more. That died when so-called Biden became president.
Yes. We about to be
Yeah,
So,
sold. Our
and it's a
birthrights about
4-year
to be
transition.
sold.
because Trump intercepted, and they had to make sure he was going to be able to do it.
Oh
But
yeah, and what people don't know is Trump never gave up his presidency term. Only thing
Nope.
he did was overturn the power to the military.
Yep.
The military is what's running this country. It
It's
looked like
what's
Biden
running it
is
now.
only
Yep.
because they using him as like a puppet to show out to show basically show us the crimes that he was going to commit.
Correct.
You know what I'm
who
saying?
who
Like
was
that's
going to
what that
commit?
was.
Who was
Right.
going to commit?
And see, our birthrights are soon to be sold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
It's gonna be
actually,
sold with the. It's gonna
go
be
ahead.
sold with the corporation, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And basically your what is it? Your social security is your bank account. And
Yeah,
I
your
want to say your birth
TDA.
certificate is your routing number or something like that.
Yeah, I
TDA.
do remember people was using that.
Because we're
But that,
making money. We was making money for the corporation.
Correct.
It's in our
yeah,
treasure bond, but they can't touch it until we die. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the way the guy
Okay.
broke it down, which is you got to listen to high frequency radio if you
Let's
get a
do it.
chance, because he makes it. Because at first, when I was listening to it from different people, it just made me think like this is a lot of damn work.
It is.
It
but at
is,
the,
but
but the
But
governments
it's not.
use that.
But we have
The
to
go-
beat them by their own game.
yeah.
yeah, but
But the thing
the
about
go-
it is like he was saying, your social security number
Mhm. It's a
is
security
pretty
bond.
much your um your wages. It's like your
Correct.
labor.
Currency.
It's like your currency. So whatever you put your, say for instance, if you
Mhm.
sign a note of any type, like to get a
Mhm.
loan, or you put your social security on
Commissary.
anything,
Let me shut up.
you pretty much are giving. They're basically taking your earnings, or they're attaching your earnings, or they're able to deduct your earnings by
Mhm.
your social security number. If you
Correct.
understand what I'm saying.
Correct. And that's why I
Right.
mentioned earlier about that TDA, and they dipping into our account that we should be dipping into, but we don't know about it to a degree where it's deemed legal because they make it illegal to understand that type of law.
So
uh,
look, he said something that I didn't know, and I was like, damn, but I had already kind of been doing it, but not really. But he said you should never check U.S. citizen on nothing. He said because you're
Oh,
not a
okay.
U.S. citizen.
Only foreigners are citizens. We're nationalized already.
Yeah.
That's why they can't deport us. Like if anybody comes from out of the country, they get deported. How come they can't deport us?
how long? If y'all been in this global currency reset thing, they was talking about what we was buying. Well, I had paid my water bill with my social security card, and they penalized me for that. And it was a lot of white people buying stuff, but the government stopped it. But I don't think we can access that. That's for like the government use us as collateral.
Well, brother, you got to know the correct UCC codes. If you
Yeah,
don't put
it's a
it's not that you put your social security number on there. You have to put the correct UCC codes to let them know what violations they're breaking or what laws that they're breaking, just to ask you to pay it.
Because it's this white man that used it because it was some people that went through, but I guess they started to catch on, and so if you was using that number on the back of your social security card, they what you call, but the white man he end up going to court. They end up taking him to
Yeah,
court.
that's the process. So say for
Yeah.
instance, if they don't accept it,
hmm
because it was a young black guy, he had a YouTube channel. This brother was showing you the exact codes to use,
hmm
everything. They wiped his
How,
channel out.
how long was this ago?
This was maybe like 6 months ago. It
Darn.
was
A,
during.
Okay.
a
It was
lot
like
of
in
people.
the.
Go ahead. Sis.
It was like the early summer, right before summer got here, like springtime, because he
And they
showed
stopped
you,
him, right? They
and they cut
stopped
his
him, right?
channel. They cut his channel off.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but I think they're gonna use that money for the universal income.
But a
Well,
lot
they're
of people
using it
don't
for
know.
everything, pretty much. They're using it for everything. They're
Yeah.
using it to give all this stimulus check was money from the people here from their trust.
Yeah, from the trust, but at the same time, we got to insulate our wealth. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what Black Lives Matter did. They put their money into
It
stuff.
was Black Lives Matter good for us or bad?
Well, it was good because these black
No,
sisters
no.
had
Oh my
pulled themselves.
gosh.
Well, you gotta
I
look
knew
at the
you was
whole
going,
picture
and that's
though.
why I cut you off. You got
You,
it.
you keep
But
you keep repeating the same thing. You've been
okay,
following a
but listen to me. Just listen. Just listen.
Nah,
These
nah,
black
I'm
women.
about to
Let's
debunk this
listen.
lie because this lie's been going on
Let's
for years.
listen. Just listen. These black women insulated their wealth. They got the
I don't
money
believe
and
that nonsense
they
that black
insulated
women.
They
their
Yeah, man,
stole
information.
you
from the
preaching
people,
like you
bruh.
preaching nonsense, bro. Like when you think that Black Lives Matter was good for us, like
Nah,
if
they stole for their
you
own benefit. They
correct.
stole money.
Thank you.
No,
That's why I
but
cut
hold
that
on. They
off.
got
I
the
don't want
money
nobody to
from
hear
the.
that.
Listen,
No. They got the money from
if
the white people and insulated their wealth. You know what I'm
nah,
saying? So
no.
I'm only gonna take what I seen them do and
Is
try to
that
do it
is this a
myself.
belief? Is this a belief of something that you really know and
They got
contract that
200.
already?
Yes, they got 200 and something
Where
million
at?
dollars from George Soros, right?
Where at?
And then they took that
You said
money,
the number one enemy.
George Soros, but he gave them that money and they took that money and insulated it. They got a house over there in Canada. They insulated it so they won't have to pay taxes on it. That's the only thing. That's why
Offshore.
I'm taking it.
That should tell you something right there. Like,
That
how
should tell
can
you.
somebody
They
That's
on our
stole the
benefit
money.
but
be
that's what
offshore?
All
white
right, but
people
look, this
do.
is my
The
thing
white
though.
people been doing that though.
They were supposed to taking that money and reopening these black businesses that was like small businesses or whatever that got destroyed during that whole George Floyd thing, and they never did it. They never used that money for that. They
That
robbed the
lady,
people.
listen, if you go on, I saw a thing that Candace Owens did. She did an interview where she went to this lady's house. One of the ladies that was because it was two women for the Black Lives Matter.
The
They
greatest
didn't,
lie ever
and
told, Candace
the
Owens.
thing about Black Lives Matter is this: they created the slogan. They got benefit, but they don't own it. Two white men own. They patent the name because the black women wasn't smart enough to go and patent the damn name. So they patent the name. So anybody that used Black Lives Matter, those white people are getting paid. But the two black women stole $96 million from
But you
Black
Yep.
gotta
Lives Matter.
also, but you gotta also see that white people been doing this though.
See,
Even
Yeah,
though
that's true.
the
But at
you just
but
least
the
talking,
white
bro.
people, but check this out. The white people
You
have
just
that
talking, man. You sound like a
Salvation Army.
immigrant.
Though you know that white man make about $5 million a year
I'm trying to
off of
be cool
stuff
with
that
you.
people donate to him. People donate drop that stuff in them drop boxes, and the white man make $5 million, $6 million a year. And white people been doing this off of what you call it then
Yeah,
what do they
find out.
call it?
But
But
you know
that
the
Uh,
don't have no
programs.
color on it. You feel
Do
me?
you know the
They was
program
targeting us.
Salvation Army? Do you know the
Correct.
program
It's
Salvation
called
Army has
regentrification.
to rehabilitate people, to get them acclimated back in the systems once they get off drugs, once they go through drug programs? So the Salvation Army do give back. These women with
They
Black
do
Lives
a
Matter,
little
they
bit.
took that shit, ran, bought them some mansions, and they
Correct.
live in life large. They ain't go back to the hood and help them motherfuckers that
Now,
didn't
who
make
they
no
help?
sense.
but I don't know that 'cause I
Who?
can't say that. But
Like,
what I did
think
know,
Oh,
they
about
we
it.
know
insulated
Who
this.
their
they help?
wealth.
We
We
know
know
this.
this. It's been exposed.
And you
Oh,
wondering.
well, I know I got to insulate my
Yeah.
wealth, and that's why a lot of black people that got money, it's a lot of them
You
they not
know
out in the open.
who? Who?
Rob. Hey Rob.
Yo, what's up, Lion?
I got some information for you. I think you know I was aware, but I found out from a certain video. Then this whole color nonsense been a lie, and I found out there's been a certain person who's been in
Get
this
to the
life
point,
for
Lion.
years. Oh yes, it's been a lie. Like I
I'm
didn't
listening.
about this year. It's been nothing but a lie, and people
Okay,
still.
but tell me this. Okay, so check
Lion,
this
you
out.
gotta get to the point with this.
It's for women, right? It's for women. It's
Correct.
real much for the LGBT. Why wouldn't they
Correct.
give
I
back
was
if
about to
that's
say
part of
lesbian.
LGBT? Why wouldn't they give to the
What?
LGBT if they're part of it?
Because they didn't
No,
do what
no.
they're supposed to do
But
with the
yeah,
money.
but who front was it
The
based
money
off?
wasn't for them. The money was for us to put back into the community.
Correct. It's supposed to be helping Black lives.
You don't
Not
think that it's
Why
black
you
people
think
in the
Kanye West
LGBT
wore the
too?
shirt "White Lives Matter"? Why you
It's
think he
black
wore that
gay
shirt?
people out there that they put
Because
money
I'm
into.
at Live Salon.
because to me personally, while
Yeah.
everybody's being upset about him wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, if he was to wear a Black Lives Matter shirt, he basically would have been spitting in our face because we know that it's a scam. So for him to re-advertise
some
that
of us
is
do.
basically
Some
saying
of
we
us.
trying to rob y'all again.
Not to
Correct.
mention,
What was
y'all gotta
It's a
remember
double back.
he is white too.
It's a double back.
it's just
Well,
it,
well, I got
white people been doing
Like,
this stuff for
Black
years.
Lives
It's
Matter
time for
only.
black people to benefit from this stuff.
there's no such
I'm
thing.
listening.
Exactly. You
It's a
keep
lie.
saying
I'm
the same
listening.
thing. There's no such thing.
Boy,
You've been indoctrinated by the school and the
Man,
government.
if you believe in Black Lives Matter, man, we
I
gonna
don't believe in. I can't believe in everything
what do
people
you
do.
believe in? Then you
What I
fight it.
believe in, I believe in giving people
They
freedom,
indoctrinated. You've been going back.
liberating people.
You arguing with us to benefit them.
No. I'm not saying that, but I can only
What are
see
you
what
saying?
they did, and I want to do what they did because
Oh,
they
no, you don't
insulated their
want to.
wealth.
You want to do the opposite because you actually what you want to do is start up a fundraiser, put it to your community, and rebuild it. Everything Black Lives Matter did was outside going into somebody else's community, watching them pillage and tear up the city to benefit themselves, and then give nothing back towards it. Be honest.
But at the same
Be
time, you
honest.
can't tell nobody like
Be
I
honest.
can't. You can't. George
Just
Soros,
because they
the
have a
white people
Black
gave
Lives
them money.
Matter tag, don't mean it's for your people.
I
I'm
can't. I
just
don't
being really
see where
like I'm
they
being
took
Hey, look,
anything
I can
from.
tell you some shit about that George Floyd situation. You probably wouldn't believe neither, but I mean that's what it is. What people need to realize is that this world is a stage. You know what I'm saying? And we watching everybody playing their role. All these puppets and shit that's entertaining us, it's all a distraction. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
And
It's
they
all a
mad that we
distraction.
waking up. They mad
Yeah,
that we waking up.
you know what I'm saying? And that's what woke. That's what actually woke a lot of people up, and that's what actually, led them to believe like if we was to really like if we was to do this shit again, they will freaking destroy this country.
Correct.
Point blank period.
What community have Black Lives Matter rebuilt?
That was an agenda. You know that, right?
Correct. That's what I'm trying to tell this
That's
dude.
all
He
an
must be
agenda.
on
That's
mute.
all.
All that shit is the police brutality and all that shit. It was all a part of the agenda.
Actually,
But
well,
what's sad is what they show, what they done to us is nothing
correct.
compared to what they do to their own people. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
So,
And they just don't show it because they make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, they don't attack them like that. They attack us like that, which they
That's
really
why I asked
don't.
that question. That's why I asked that question. What have they done that they can publicize that we built a park, we built a community, we took everybody to projects and built a better living for them?
hold on.
Nothing.
The whole project,
Nothing
What's up,
but their own
Ron?
man as a headquarters.
the whole project ain't by the government too. They're all behind that stuff.
I'm not taking up for them. I'm just saying I don't know exactly what they're
But my
doing.
thing is, it's cool for. I'm not going to take away the fact that they have nice homes and stuff. But what did y'all do to help build these businesses back up? Because they didn't have the type of insurance that these bigger businesses does, like Louis Vuitton. You can rob them all day. They got the money to back it up. These smaller businesses don't.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm about to ask you, Rob. You ever heard his name? Joann Freddie B. This dude was a racist. He was behind the whole racist color agenda.
Hey, you missing the point,
oh yeah, this dude was behind everything.
Like we was on.
No, I haven't heard of him.
They don't even know that.
What's up, No Limit?
But what I'm saying is that they understand you have to insulate your wealth so you will never fall. And that's what these white people did over 400 years. They insulated their wealth. It's people that don't know what it is to struggle, don't know what it is not to have. You know what I'm saying?
So why are you backing
them?
Why are you backing them?
They need to keep that, insulate that wealth so they can help tremendously.
We are tribes here. There's no such thing
I
as
told you,
And I
lying.
think and I think that that was very irresponsible of Kanye West to do what he did, bro, because he could have helped a lot of people.
So you gonna tell another grown man
We are the
what's
real Jews,
responsible,
exactly, and a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that because they have a show.
or do you
They have a
know what his
small
agenda
tendency to
is and
understand.
think that he has a bigger play afterwards? Just saying.
I
How you
mean,
gonna
okay,
sit there and demonize them because the white people do?
but no. I'm not saying I'm not
I'm
demonizing
listening.
Kanye West because I like Kanye West. I'm not
No,
demonizing
you just
him.
said why would he do that?
But why would you knock
But
your
if you
your
don't
money
know the
down like
play,
that?
West is supposed
how
to
can
tell
you
the truth. I
question
don't
the
believe
play
he's a
before it's
sellout. No, no,
in
he's
the
supposed
act?
to tell the truth,
But
just like
but like
Cannon.
just like you said about Kanye West, the same thing I
Mhm.
can say about Black Lives Matter. We
Yeah,
don't know.
I didn't know
We
the
don't
play
know.
until it was in acted, and once I realized that they
Black
weren't
Lives
for us, that's
Black
Okay,
when
Lives
but how
Matter.
do you know that though? How do you know
I
that
know
they're
that. What
insulating their
have they
wealth?
done?
Not see through that
What have
lie.
they done?
These four black women are insulating their wealth, so
What
they'll
have they
never
done
fall
to the black
again.
community?
I
Because they
I
scam and
can't.
Because for
Hey,
one, it was funded by George Soros. Do
hey,
you know
Rob,
who George Soros is?
But he gave
you
that money
lying.
to four black
You
women though.
lying. You lying.
That's sad. I can see through that stuff. That's sad. I can see through a lot of
George Soros is one of them type of people who's like a puppet basically.
He
But
is. He's a puppet.
he
Just like
funded the whole Black Lives Matter movement for
He had
what
his
is
own
this group
agenda.
called?
He had his own
I mean,
agenda
Can I get
to
a number?
push his agenda.
No, he didn't have his own agenda. He
he's
took
still a
place of
puppet,
an
just like Nick
agenda
Cannon, just
that
like
was
Kanye West. They're all
already
puppets still.
lying. Are you talking? You have to see.
Yeah.
He's not talking to us. He ordering a coffee.
That's the
Oh,
lady.
that's him ordering something. I was wondering.
Yeah,
But
but what I'm
I'm
saying is,
not
yeah, he
ordering
have his
anything.
own agenda, but these women is taking that man money and doing what they think they need to do to insulate their wealth.
But what outreach program or any institution that they provided for the Black Lives if it's bringing in a billion?
Yesterday
Yeah,
too, was getting on
I
my nerves
understand what
because
you're saying. You saying what are they doing for black
this
people?
before I was gonna
Okay,
go.
Correct.
and I understand that, and I can't speak on that right now because I don't know what they're gonna have going phase two. So I
Correct.
don't know. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
phase
But what
one
I
was
can
the
say,
money to give me a mansion, and phase two is eventually get to y'all
but
when
but
No, I'm
y'all
not talking
but
the
about
main
that.
purpose of my agenda.
but you do know you can
I'm
have
a real.
98 million dollars, right? And then somebody sue you and sue you and sue you and sue you, then
But
you end up
but
broke,
but
right?
if I
So you
raise
have to
$90 million,
insulate your wealth.
if I made $90 million, 89 million gonna be towards the people.
I ain't gonna lie, they was greedy as fuck with that money. They don't need
But
no $1 million homes. They could have had them a nice ass crib for about
That's what they
300,000,
follow.
2, 3 nice cars, and then could have, and that's a piece. And then they could have put the money back into the community. It's enough bread for
Something,
everybody, but they won't
it's
doing it right.
yeah, but
Because
that's what
they're
I
pushing
say.
agenda, they don't care.
Oh, what
They don't
is
That's
care.
what I
Lion
say.
saying?
They
He
don't
said,
care about the tribe
"Oh,
section. They don't care about that. They care about
But
greed on the
what do they
government.
care about, Lion?
That's what these folks do. But a
Is
lot of
that
people
your
don't
name?
see
I
that.
can't see
That's
the
what they
name.
do.
Lion,
I just
Yes,
know
Lion,
your voice.
yes.
Lion, you gotta insulate your wealth so you won't
Correct.
ever be able to fall again. That's what and that's what they did. Now, when you give to these
They
organizations, you get something back. You get a tax write off or something back from that. You know what I'm
they took
saying?
my trust. They took my trust.
I just don't believe anything that these companies say. It's like they
Correct.
lie. That's about the
Thank you.
politics
I
thing.
mean, I
Thank
don't
you.
put my
That's
faith in
everything.
them at all. I just know what these black women are doing. These are black women doing
So,
this.
what are they doing?
You're, you're, you're,
Again, nothing.
you're still repeating the same thing. You're not fully awoken, dude. You're still
I
seeing the
Yeah,
mean,
same.
you
like
you repeating the same thing. You trying to knock down these black women for insulating their
I'm
There's no
not
wealth.
such
knocking.
thing as color.
See,
There's no such
using
thing as
black and
color.
women
We're a
is
Jew. There's no such thing
a
as color.
trigger.
We've been
I'm
indoctrinated.
not downing. All I asked was, what are they doing in the community? What community? Which community? In the community? None, but their own mansion.
But we don't know that though. We don't know what
No,
they
that's
doing.
what you say. I'm going off of what you. Come on, bro. Don't do me like that. I'm
No.
going
But
off of
that's
what
what
you
I'm saying.
said.
When
I'm going off
I
of what you
find out
said.
what they doing,
What
I
are
let
they
you know.
doing? What are they doing?
You know what I'm saying? I can't say that because I don't know what they're doing, but I
No,
do know
you
they're
have to
doing
be
smart.
to argue the opposite. Like, how you going to sit there and say I'm just going off an
No. But
emotion?
what I'm saying is, it's black people in the
Go
LGBT
ahead, go ahead. I'm
community,
listening.
and
Go
black
ahead.
people and gay people was at the forefront of the civil rights movement. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand. I understand. I
So,
know that.
so it was at the forefront.
Are
Gay
you
black
gay?
people have always been. I'm part of the LGBTQ
I could.
community.
I can hear. I'm just.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not judging. I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? So they understand that you need to insulate that wealth, or it's gonna get it's go- they're gonna find a way to take it away.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? That's why I said that I will buy homes that I don't have to pay a lot of property taxes on, and I will fix them up on the inside, and they can look raggedy on the outside so
Why
long as
aren't they doing that then? Like, you speak a lot for them without being there when they make decisions. You almost sound like you trying to be a decision maker on the outside, justifying what they doing, and they're not justifying.
but you saying that, but these white people are doing the same thing, and
Okay,
everything ain't
I
changing.
look at them. I don't look at white people as a white people. I look at poor, rich, and none understanding. I don't see a color.
And
I
if
made
you
a
do
lot of
good,
sense when I
I,
said that. Then,
I see people as tribes. I don't look at color. I don't give a care
man,
about no color.
man. Okay, yeah. But what's your thoughts on not looking at color and just understanding it's a understanding from rich, poor, and black and white. I'm gonna say it like that, give you a scapegoat, but because really what I'm trying to say, they never did nothing to the community, raised all that money. And we sit back and look around like ain't no playground being built, ain't no school coming up for our people. Like if you don't have no Black Lives Matter school, like you just wasting time. And our money, and no, really their money being funded by, you said George Soros was the biggest donor. That right there should have been a red flag, man. Come on. I'm being
And
real.
I want to say something.
What you gonna say?
Our race, our tribe, and they're very
Man, you
gullible.
messing, man, you to lose
They
my
fall for
topic.
anything. They don't question it. They just believe it. Sorry to say that, it's true. They fall right into it. They don't even think of the consequences or notice there's certain things that's not right with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what our race do. They send them using their common sense. They do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not smart. That makes you very vulnerable to fall for anything, and they can get you easily.
And that's what go ahead.
That's
no,
what I keep my guard up.
when
It's
I
not
find out
fall for it.
exactly what they doing, I will let y'all know. When I find out exactly what they doing.
But honestly, why do you need to find out what they doing for the black community? You should be realizing it.
Okay, I know Kanye West opened up a
You heard
school,
what I
right?
said.
But
Mm-hmm.
I know that's what I'm saying. Kanye West opened up a school, right, for underprivileged kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I mean, he's
Mm-hmm.
still a puppet. He's still a puppet
No,
still.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm waiting on the next question
Uh,
because, like, I agree with that. Like, he did that. Okay, what that mean? Oprah got, man. Oprah, the blackest person you think you know that got schools in Nigeria and none over here. What that make you think that it's the agenda? I'm gonna
The
shut up and
agenda
say
is
that coded.
the agenda is that these homosexuals have hijacked the civil rights movement, like I said earlier.
They did not hijack civil
No,
rights. We
no,
always been at the
no.
forefront of civil
No, they
rights.
So
did.
much
They
And are
did
so,
you
doing
black
the
anyway?
Martin thing.
so much
I know
so,
what he's
so
saying.
much
I know what
so,
he's
Money
saying.
man,
so
are you
much
black?
so, so
I
Are
much
you
know what
so
black,
he's
that
money
the
saying.
man?
so
I'm gonna let
much
y'all
so
go.
so much so that the LGBT community is sitting here and laying claims to pushing the civil rights movement, and the only people that have gotten civil rights are the LGBT community.
That's not true, and you know that. Now that's propaganda, bro.
Exactly.
That's propaganda,
That's
and you
true.
really need to stop. And
That
are
is
you black?
true.
Because you sound like you're
That is
Hispanic.
true.
You know,
I'd
That
like
is
to. I'd
true.
like for
That's
the
not
I'm trying to
LGBT
propaganda.
walk
That
it
is
community.
down,
true.
I'd like for the
and you went to the
LGBT
point.
community to
You're
tell
right.
me about the laws that were passed to actually
You're right.
protect actual black people with the words "black man" or African
But
American
basically,
in the
what he's
title.
saying is
And
the
I'm
whole
I'm
civil
still
rights
speaking. I'm
movement.
still speaking.
Go
I'm
ahead.
still speaking, bro.
Go ahead. You right.
So, and
Get it.
I'd like for them to articulate those laws that were passed to protect the civil rights of the African indigenous man of this country, those African descendants of slaves. Now, I do know the LGBT community have specific laws that are actually put in place that names them specific.
Mm.
Well, you
Exactly.
know, at the end of the day, you know, whether you black, Hispanic, white, you know,
What?
a lot of black people are
Get
pushed
to
out
the
of their
point.
homes.
Answer the
The point,
question. Yeah, it's a yes or no.
I don't know that round, baby. When I find the
But
answer, I will
then
tell
follow
you.
back.
The answer is that the LGBT community has hijacked the civil rights
No,
movement and
that's
got laws.
propaganda, bro,
I'm
and you need to stop
again,
with that
again. I
propaganda, and
let you
that's
No, it
very
finish.
was a yes or
Like you
irresponsible.
don't
no,
want
and
to
now
be
you getting
interrupted,
into all
but for
this
some
semantics.
reason that you're triggered and you don't know how to control yourself when
No, because
somebody's
no, you don't
speaking.
know how to
Listen,
control
sir,
yourself with your
I'm still
propaganda.
speaking and you're trying to cut me off. So whatever you have in your brain will never be accepted by anyone if you can't
It
show the
won't
self-control,
of
if
your
you can't show
mindset.
the self-control and respect
Agenda.
that
That's called
others are
the
giving
agenda.
you. Whether you agree or disagree, you don't interrupt. It's called common decency that the LGBT community lacks.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because y'all always playing victim. Like
Victim.
everybody against yes, yes,
Here's the
yes,
thing.
yes,
Black and
victim.
gay
Nah,
people
I don't
And
have
even want to.
never
I don't
been
semantics.
even want to let you
separated.
And
go that far.
semantics.
I'd
No,
like.
no,
Yeah,
black and
I'm
gay
go
people
there.
have
I'd like a
we have never
response.
been separated. That's straight people trying to separate the gay
I'd
from
like
the
a
black and stuff
response.
like that.
I'd like a
What?
response because
Uh,
what we have here is a failure for you to communicate your point. The only thing you're
yes.
referring to is
Articulate your
propaganda.
thoughts and views on them saying that the whole movement was based on the homosexual activity movement.
Uh, What I can't articulate, and it was 4 black women that started that, right? 3 of them was part of the LGBTQ community, right? So a lot of that money got moved to other organizations that they get back money off of. So if they get back money off of, they're insulating their money.
Which organization are you referring to? You didn't articulate that
You
for
talking
me.
about
These are
Black Lives
these
Matter.
are
Hold on, let
different
him speak.
these are different, you know, LGBTQ gay organizations, okay?
Which organization are you referring to when you're saying that they allocated funds?
They allocated funds to
Who's
different
they?
LG. I don't. I can only tell you what I know. I
And
can't go
what?
off what
And
I
I
know.
don't hear what you know. That I keep asking you to specify, and you're not telling me. So
Correct.
you're just
That's a
talking.
good question.
That sounds like propaganda when you actually are just
No,
spewing
what you
words.
said was
Again,
propaganda.
you're interrupting, sir.
No,
You
no.
interrupted me.
Which
How did I
community
interrupt
you
you? I
represent?
asked you a
Yeah, you
question.
No,
interrupt me
actually,
plenty of
I'm gonna
times.
take the blame.
You
Actually,
literally said I can only answer what
no,
I
I
know, and then you
interrupted.
said you didn't know.
I got your question, bro. Like I'm gonna ask him this: Who, what community benefited from this LGBT community? I'm,
Nobody but themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But ma'am,
I'm gonna
that's
say
not
that.
true, ma'am. Like I
Oh,
Let's
okay,
said,
let him
I'm
okay.
answer.
not
Please,
nothing.
let's let him answer.
No, I got the answer. That's a two-part question. So, who benefited from the Black Lives Matter community?
These 4 black women.
The LBGT.
Hold on.
These
So
What
it's not.
4
community
black
were they
women
Hold
in?
on a second, guys.
benefited.
Which
One mic.
community?
One mic.
Which
So are you
community
referring
they
to
was affiliated
one
with?
mic? One mic. So are you referring to those 4 ladies? Out of the 4 ladies, 3 of them were part of the LGBT community. And the last time I checked, that was exactly what I'm trying to explain. In which that they stole 99% of the funds that were supposed to go to the civil rights movement.
The Black Lives Matter movement is its own movement, sir. But it
You
was
sound
also a
fake.
straight it
I,
was also a straight woman, a straight black woman that got money off of that too.
but we're talking about the majority of
Oh
them. You
yeah,
said there was
right.
4. You said there was 4, and out of the 4, you said 3.
Can
Hold
I
on
can
one
I say
I
second.
heard
something
Yo,
real
that.
yo,
quick?
one mic,
Can I
guys. One
say
mic.
Oh,
something
Black
real
Lives
quick?
Matter is like it's all
One mic.
scam
One
and
mic.
agenda.
One
Thank
mic.
you,
One
not
mic. Go
fair.
ahead, Slowburn. One
Come
mic.
on. Use the
What I
brain,
wanted to
man.
say is,
Come on.
and this is not like no shade to no one. This is just my me observing and watching and looking, the LBGT community only whatever they do, it only benefits them. They do not stand up for no one other than what they feel they
Correct.
benefit from.
That's true.
That's it.
That's actually true.
Period.
No, ma'am, that's not
You
true.
do not see
It's a
them
Yeah,
lot.
marching for black rights. You do not see them
Ma'am,
marching
that's not
for
true.
women.
yeah.
Only time
When
they
have
marched
they
for
been
women
out?
was when Roe versus Wade was about to be turned over because they
Oh,
want to be able to birth a
that's
child.
a that.
That's it. That's the only
That's
reason why they was fighting for that.
that's a
But no,
that.
but
No,
no,
you mean
That
that they
ma'am.
want to be
benefited
able to
them.
murder a child, slow
But,
burn.
but ma'am, you don't even know
Listen.
when you see gay people because
Oh,
I mean,
how you
gay
gonna say
people they
somebody
look
don't know?
straight. It's a lot of gay people. A lot of gay people
How
that
you gonna
blend
say you
in.
don't know?
Snowden.
Your first
Snowden.
word should
Can I
be
ask
you
you?
don't
Can I
know.
ask you something? Can I ask you something? Because
I'ma listen.
all I keep hearing you say is that this is propaganda and this is not
Yeah.
true. Yet I never hear you actually say
And in
what is
fact,
not propaganda and what
articles,
is true.
Okay, I have been saying it. Okay,
research.
black people have been at the forefront
You
of
going
civil
off your
rights movement.
feelings.
At the forefront, Byron Rustin was the openly gay civil rights leader, right?
What?
Openly gay. Byron Rustin was the openly gay civil rights leader that was at the forefront that taught Martin Luther King how to be Martin Luther King.
No, it was a whole
Okay,
agenda.
but
We get that.
okay,
We
but
moving past that.
they
Please
tried
let
to
him
write him
speak.
out of history because he was
I
a
know
gay
what you're
man.
saying. No, no,
It's
no.
other gay
Yeah,
people
but
that
we
were.
don't know.
I know.
Indigenous, let him speak, man.
But you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
him
sorry.
I'm gonna calm
speak.
down. Man, honestly, I know what he's
Show
saying.
some
You
respect.
don't.
Okay, well, we trying to hear
No,
what he's
hold
saying,
on.
brother.
My
That's all.
G,
That's
if you
all.
know what he's
No,
saying, you shouldn't be
man.
interrupting him while he's trying to say
All
it.
right,
Please let the
then,
man
but
speak.
it's a better way to do that.
Okay, but Bayard Rustin was an openly gay civil rights leader, and he worked with Martin Luther King. He taught Martin Luther King how to be Martin Luther King. But because he was gay, they tried to write him out of history. Anybody that's part of the LGBT community, they want to write
Victim.
out of history. But it's the truth. Y'all, I mean, straight
It's
people,
always
even
a
my
victim
grandma.
speech, though. It's
So,
always a
But
can I ask you a
victim.
question? Can
that's
I ask
just
you a
the
question?
beginning of
Can I
it.
ask you a
That's the
question, sir?
beginning of
Can
it.
I ask you, Snowden? Can I ask you a question based off of what you just said?
Yes.
So, would you say that it was the LGBT community that taught Martin Luther King what to say that got him assassinated? So, did they lead him to his assassination, or are you just going to take the good?
Man, you know what, man?
Well, also
I know
Malcolm
the
X was
answer. I ain't
bisexual.
man,
Malcolm
dude.
X was bisexual, and he was killed by his own people, Muslims.
So now we've got so when I say that the LGBT community is trying and has actually taken over and hijacked the civil rights movement, and you say that's propaganda, and then give two examples in which they did. And the first example that you gave was that it was actually Martin Luther King who was taught by an LGBT community member that ended up getting assassinated. And secondly, you said that Malcolm X was actually bisexual. So now what you're basically saying is the LGBT community actually conspired in actually taking over and hijacking the civil rights movement.
That's everything I was saying. And you gonna cut me off
Okay.
and really trigger me. But I'm
Well,
calmed down now.
Who cut
but
you
can
off? Nobody cut you off, man.
Indigenous, you
No,
always cut people off
no,
though.
I'm mad a little bit, but
What's
You
I'm
wrong?
should
gonna
be.
let
You should be based off of what he's saying, not you not being able to cut him off, man. Somebody stopping you from cutting someone off is not cutting you off.
no, I'm
He's
talking
giving you
about
the order.
you.
Bro, you were cutting off Snowden. You cannot do that. He
I
gets to
couldn't
say
do
this.
no, honestly, I was landing a plane. I was trying to finish what I was saying, and you cut me off to make me look like a chump.
Snowden was talking, and you were trying to land your plane in the middle of his flight. Go ahead, Snowden. Please respond.
okay,
Please.
I can't, but that's like somebody's trying to take something. It has always been black people, gay black people or whatever you want to call it, at the forefront of the agenda of black equality in this country. It's not because
Now that's my
we
point, Snowden, right
it
there, and I agree
it
with you. I agree.
it's
I
not
agree that they
How can
have
you cut
taken
him
over
off
the
and get
forefront.
mad at me?
Absolutely, I'm cutting him off because I
Let him
don't want him to go
finish.
off on a tangent.
Let him
I have
land his
given him the
plane.
space to speak. That's exactly what it did. Now, what you need to understand is that you need to go ahead and decide to find yourself on your channel or calm the hell down, Indigenous. Relax. Now, at the end of the day, Snowden, what you need to see
Actually,
is
I
what
didn't
you're
realize
actually
this.
sitting here and
How
saying.
you gonna
Nobody
ask
can
me
hear
to
you, my
find a
nigga. You
panel
just
that's
talking like a
not yours?
female. You just sitting here saying that you're upset.
No,
You can't
you
control
man.
yourself
See,
like a
I'm not trying
female.
to beef with you,
Yo,
but like,
then
dang,
stop beefing, my
there,
nigga. Then
no,
put your
you need
feelings
to.
aside and just chill.
No. You
Just
told me to
chill,
chill,
my
and
nigga.
I
Just
did for a
chill.
while,
Chill.
and I
Whatever
Cause
you
came
Money
back.
feeling, put
Man,
that shit aside.
Money
Put
Man,
that
you
shit
out of line
aside.
anyway
You're
for
not a woman.
saying
You
that
ain't part of the
propaganda.
LGBT community, and I'm not
Okay,
gonna let you
but
behave like them. You see how he's trying to talk while I'm still talking? You're not gonna act like that, indigenous.
Money
I
Man,
You
you
respect
do the
you
trying
too
to
same to
much,
take
my
over the
me.
nigga.
whole
And as a
thing too,
man, I'm
Money
gonna
You
make
do
Man,
the
sure
with
same to
that
me.
propaganda.
that you understand that when you behaving like them,
Everything
because
good.
Okay,
You do the
we in
same to
mixed
me as
company
long as you
right now.
realize it.
We at war
Money
right now. The
Man,
last thing we need to be
we
doing is
at
over
war.
speaking each
Who's
other.
at
You
war?
understand? Let that
Propaganda,
LGBT community member
propaganda.
show what they do. Let him show
No,
how they think. Let them show how they can't control themselves while a man is speaking, which is the reason
no,
why
I think
they
you
got
had
to
that
get him. You
problem
see how they act?
with.
You see how he can't control himself? You see
No,
how
I
you
can't
was able to hit
control
the mute even
myself.
though you
You
upset
can't control
indigenous? That's
yourself.
why I
We
salute
know
you,
that.
indigenous.
We
But we
we
got to
know
make
that
sure that they are
money,
being
money.
shown.
We
Let
know
them
that with your
expose
evil
themselves, my G.
propaganda, evil propaganda. Oh, that's what
No,
you are.
no, dude. We listen to Ashlon come down. We listen to your reaction to what he said,
All we seen is just you sitting here interrupting and saying propaganda. Then I ask you for actual
and you gonna
propaganda
bring
facts,
me
and
up
the only
again.
thing
I try to leave
Money
myself
Man,
out
it's
of it.
something wrong with you. I'm finna go anyway. It's
I'm
something
sure
wrong
you're
with
gonna
Money
go because
Man.
when the LGBT community is actually
No,
confronted with
because
what they do,
I'm
they
trying to
can't even.
unite
But see, you
people.
can't even have unite. We don't want to unite. We don't want your unity. Your unity
Yeah,
is
and are
costly.
you black? Are
Your
you black,
unity.
Money Man?
Your unity
Are
cost
are
Malcolm
you
X his
black?
life. Your
Are
unity
you
cost
black?
the actual. You said it yourself that Martin Luther King was taught by an LGBTQ member how to actually get assassinated. You said it yourself.
No,
You said
that
Malcolm X was a
propaganda.
bisexual and was
Why are you adding
assassinated
stuff
by
to
his.
stuff,
Yo,
sir?
you said
Why are you
Michael.
adding stuff to sir?
You said Malcolm X. This is your words verbatim. I don't put words
Hmm.
in people's mouth. You said Malcolm X
Was
was a
bisexual.
bisexual
You
man
Yes,
said
that was
sir.
Malcolm.
assassinated by his own people. So if he's
Yes, he
bisexual,
was.
that means he got assassinated by bisexuals. That's his
Okay,
people.
No,
let's listen
well,
to
I
this.
do know they probably didn't like the fact when it got out, when it got around that he was bisexual, and that was one of the probably reasons why they took him out.
You know
And he
what?
was
Can I
Muslim.
say something? Can I say something? I have been around growing up, gay people, you can't say too many words, because they get offended. So from my era, we knew them as gay people. Gay, you was either gay or straight. So excuse me if I don't say all the pronouns correctly. So my thing is LBGT
Mhm.
does not stand up for no one but themselves.
Correct.
They only promote sexual preference. They're not marching and getting rights for anything other than a sexual right that has nothing to do with what's going on in reality. These people have took the civil rights that black people have been marching. You ain't seen not one. I mean, they have the gay marches, but they have not been marching nowhere near as long as black people for equal rights. But yet now they have more rights.
Correct.
And they're always the victim.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sister,
Always.
can I
Mm-hmm.
build on what you're actually saying? And this is something super
Are you
important
gonna explain the
because
reason why?
the actual right that you're referring to is not even something they never had. Because as you said, their rights that they're fighting for is a sexual right in which they had the right to do whatever they wanted because sexuality is done behind closed
No, it
doors.
was civil.
So at the end of the day, they never did not have the right to be gay. So the actuality is those rights that they're fighting for was supposed to
No,
be the rights
they
for
inserted
actual
itself to
civil
civil.
for the minorities.
You
So the
got it. You
reason
got it.
why that they are passed for the homosexuals is because they actually don't actually have any rights because those rights were never taken away.
Correct.
They have the right
Citizen.
to do whatever they want behind closed doors and be sexual with whoever they chose to. That has always been their right. What they're actually
Exactly.
enforcing
And
is
that's
that
the
they're
problem.
trying to enforce and making it a law that we have to ingest it. That's the
Exactly.
right
Mhm.
that they've
It
gotten.
wouldn't have been no
When
That's
the
right
actual
they
civil rights
if it
movement
was
was
natural.
supposed to be when the actual civil rights movement was supposed to be about the protection of
No, the
human
civil
rights.
rights should have been part of natural law.
Facts. Facts. And they're trying to circumnavigate it to make it seem and appear as if they're fighting for civil rights. There is no civil rights that you had when you're referring to your sexuality that was taken from you or that was not allowed. You were always able to do what you wanted to do in the comfort of your own home. The reality is that you're trying to perverse the public and society in accepting what you're doing sexually publicly. And what's
exactly.
worse, you're trying to do it and you're trying to institute it into children. And that was
There you
never
go.
allowed.
Mm,
There's never been an allowed conversation of sexual preference and sexuality to children. It was about the consequences of reproduction and sexually transmitted diseases. It was about the consequences of making the decision to participate in sexuality. It was never about the decisions of what you do sexually. And
There you go.
unfortunately, when you're looking at it from the lens of an LGBT community member, you're completely ignoring the fact
Mm.
that the only thing you're looking for is the right to actually have sex in front of others, including minors.
There you go, brother. You said
Bestiality.
it perfect. You
okay,
said it
so
perfect.
Yeah,
I want to say this.
I like
I grew
that
up
was a
in
good.
Texas. I grew up in Texas, right? And my grandma was a minister, and my grandma would always bring up Sodom and Gomorrah. My grandma would always say,
Mhm.
well, gay people's going to hell. I've heard Christians say that, yeah, God need to kill all of them. They all need to be killed. And these was supposed to be godly people talking like this. God need to kill
Mm.
these gay people, and God need to wipe
Yeah,
these gay
God
people off the
killed
face
way
of the
more
earth.
people than
You right?
I.
That's what these Christians say, right? And then,
Right.
it's gay people that have kids. You know what I'm saying? They got kids out here. And then these are gay, and then I'm talking about gay guys that have kids out here, gay bisexual guys, and then gay women. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that we trying to bring people together. We're trying to bring people together. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't have
To
no ill
do
will
what?
against you guys. I don't
Bring
know
us
how
together to do what?
when
Exactly.
people come, that's what I'm saying. When people are together, then it's not division, because it's all about divide and conquer. You know what I'm
What is
saying?
the division? What is the division and what is the addition? What is your goal?
No, no, no. What's your goal? What do you mean by everybody together? Like you
That's
bring
what
that
that's what
understanding.
I asked them, Indigenous. That's what we're trying to
Yes,
figure out.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it,
yes.
it,
And he tried to move the goalposts.
No,
I
but
called him.
let him answer. Let him answer.
no, it's okay. So growing up, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't gonna lie, I have a little animosity when it comes to, you know, heterosexual people, because I was the only gay person in my immediate family, part of that LGBT community. Yes, do I want to have kids? Yes, I do one day. But guess what? I know that, this girl I was talking to was bisexual. She knew I was gay. She accepted it. You know what I'm saying? She accepted it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that, you know what I'm saying, I can't look at you as a straight person and say that you're not worthy and you're not this and not that. I can't say that. I love humanity. You know what I'm saying? But you have straight people that will use religion to try to put a
Damn.
propaganda on people. You feel what I'm saying? So that it's always gonna be like with me as being part of the LGBTQ community, because I love mankind, right? It's always gonna be that wall I have up when it comes to Christians or to the straight community, because when I growing up, it was disrespect, there. So and even with my grandma don't like that I'm
Yes,
part of
it
the
is.
LGBT community, but my grandma don't like it. But my grandma love me unconditionally and accept me. You feel what I'm
Hey,
saying?
can I ask you a question?
Uh huh. Go ahead.
What about like what you talking about has anything to do with natural law?
No, wait,
I
chill,
understand
Indigenous.
that. I
The
understand
question,
that
I'm gonna
hold
ask
on,
him.
it
No,
takes a
no.
hold
man.
on,
I want.
Indigenous. I
Look,
feel where you're
it
going,
takes
but
a
hold on.
man and woman
Just let him,
to make a
because
child, right?
I'm still completely lost, and I still don't have an answer.
Mhm,
So,
I,
what's
I
your
I I
goal
tried to
in
find.
bringing the unity? Because the only thing that I heard from you was exactly what Mrs. Slowburn was saying: a bunch of selfish wants. You wanting to have your cake and eat it too. You wanting to be a homosexual
Correct.
man, but also have children when that's not naturally possible.
Correct.
You wanting
Correct.
to be actually forced for us to accept your sexuality in which in our community, in the straight community, we don't discuss sexuality outside of
But
the
y'all
bedroom
do
or
because
outside.
it was forced
I'm
on
not done
me.
talking.
No,
Being
I
straight
let you
was
speak.
forced on
no,
me
can
to
you
be
I
finish?
let
straight.
you
Can
speak.
you finish?
I
Can
let
you
you
finish?
speak. I
Okay,
let you speak.
being straight was forced
And if you
on
don't know
me
this, I'm
because
fighting for
growing
your
up.
right to not be interrupted. And for some reason, you're just showing what it is that the LGBT community does. All you do is take. You don't even appreciate what it is that we're trying to do for you. You see, I even gave you the respect. I even went to an argument with my brother Indigenous to make sure that you had the respect, and you don't even show that same respect. Yet you want me to believe that if you were standing next to me, you'd have my back, when you can't even have my back when I'm having your back. You understand? We don't
You
trust you
started
guys.
off with disrespect,
Again,
bro.
I
You
understand.
started off. You
First of all, you cannot allow yourself to be offended and call that disrespect. Because you're offended doesn't mean I disrespected you. You're just offended at the thoughts that you're thinking based off of the words that I am saying. You have control over yourself, you have control over your actions. And this is the issue. You don't ever want to take the responsibility that you're actually asking for something that none of us in normal human beings would ever ask for, which is to have someone forced to be actually accepting of what you
well,
do
we get
in the
forced
bedroom.
to be straight. We get
We're
forced
not
to be
for, you know what?
straight.
First of all,
You're not
see, this
straight
is the
though.
thing.
How
This
you
is the
get?
thing. Here's what's funny. Here's what's
This
funny.
is
Your
weird.
your only argument to being forced to being straight
Forced to be
is the fact
straight?
that you want to be a part of a straight
Man, that's
community.
natural law.
Because
Like
here's the
you are
reality:
who you is.
the natural law is species and people and birds of a feather flock together. You have an entire community. Go within that community. Just like you said, you have a bisexual woman that was accepting of your homosexuality, so stick with her. You have a homosexual man that wants to raise a child with you, then stick with him. There's no
Hmm.
reason for you to come into our community, let alone the civil rights movement, to be sitting here trying to take away the focus of the
Hmm.
actual abuse of the Black indigenous man and the Black indigenous woman.
Okay, are
You
you black?
understand?
Are you black?
I'm not
No,
interested in having a
he
conversation
basically
with your
saying that.
identity because you
How,
see, this is what I
hmm.
don't let LGBT
Hmm.
community do. You are not going to ask me
Hmm.
my identity. I was
Yeah,
born what
correct.
I
I was
am.
gonna say
You're the one that needs to actually identify of something that was what you were not born as. So don't ask me a
correct.
question of
And
my
so
natural
this is
state.
why we have
Ask a question
division right
of
No,
your
here.
no.
unnatural state.
So
This
did
is
God
why we
make a
have
mistake?
division.
So did God make a mistake when you was born that you believed that you was a woman when you was born a man?
I never said I was a woman. I never said
I
that.
never said you. I'm talking in general.
I think women are very beautiful. I think they're God's gift to the earth. I love women. I was
Indigenous,
born
you're
by a
not giving me
woman.
so much, Bill.
I
My
was born a woman.
Man,
I was
see, now
born
you
by a
but you
woman.
just
deflecting.
the question
I
that
see your
the one that
deflection.
just said you
The
can't let them
question
wait for you.
wasn't, no, the question that I asked was,
I
apparently
understand.
did God make a mistake that gave
Nah,
somebody a
but see,
penis
no,
and a
you see,
vagina?
you can't ask that question because again, what it is that he's trying to circumnavigate is from the points that are most important. And here's the points. There is absolutely, positively zero place in the African descendants of slaves that were actually abused by the white supremacy system for a homosexual to come and take away those rights that we're trying to actually get. So I ask you again, what is it that you're going to do for your fellow Black man, not your fellow gay man?
That well now what you're saying is an oxymoron. It's a very
No,
much
no, answer the question, yes or
Indigenous, let him
no.
go. Let him go, Indigenous. Let him speak.
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
I'm
what
listening.
you're saying is the oxymoron when we have always stood evil. I mean, you have black people at the forefront of these marches, gay people at the forefront of these marches. But then again, you look over the gays or the people bisexual or the gay people try to act straight because there's a lot of people that's hetero that even females, the females that and Black Lives Matter movement, y'all would have never knew that they was gay and until it came out. You would have never known them black women was gay. These black
Until you
women,
turn them
they,
into a pillar of salt.
Indigenous, let him finish,
you know
please.
what I'm saying? So y'all would have never knew them black women was gay. Y'all would have never knew until it came out. These black women have kids and they're gay. They have everything. They're black people. You know what I'm saying? But since it
So
came out now
I
that
do
they're
know what you're
gay,
saying, and
now it's
what
a
you're saying
problem.
is, I
They
do
should
know
have
what
kept it
you're
a
saying,
secret.
and what you've said was nothing. I asked you, what is it that you're going to do for your fellow Black man, not your fellow gay man, and all you did was talk about hiding politics.
Okay, so I mean, what you think I am doing for black people? I mean, I'm black.
That's my question to you.
I'm black.
Oh, so you're doing what you're doing for black people is just staying black and being proud. Copy.
What okay, black gay people didn't make that division.
I'm not
It's
referring
straight
to gay
people.
people. I'm referring to
It
you.
yeah, okay, what can I do is make sure if I do an organization, or I mean, I have my brother straight. What are you talking about? My brother straight. You know what I'm saying? I help my family and everything like that. So I
Friends.
don't have money like that. I don't have money like that to help organizations and stuff like that, which, I have friends that are putting together organizations. You know what I'm saying? So my brother's straight and got 3 kids, and he's straight. You know what I'm saying?
Answer the
So
question. What are you doing?
it's
I'm
you
tired.
trying to unify people, I guess. Unify. Because I don't have the money right now to do all that.
That's all I wanted to prove. Have a nice day, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, big
Yeah.
dog.
I'm finna get up off here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. All right.
All right,
I'm glad
Snow.
you ain't proved none. 'Cause I was listening. I was like, I'll be dead if anybody in my family believe in the thing you said. You have to do a little more research.
What
Because
up, D Banks?
apparently,
What's up? I'm on one. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to the panel. What up, Dub?
So my mama.
damn, man, that was crazy.
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you now.
Oh, you just woke up? Okay. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm still
No,
here.
I've been talking this whole time, and I'm thinking y'all can hear me, and y'all
No,
can hear me.
yeah, I hear you now.
So what
Oh,
I
who's that?
wanted to
Who said
ask the
that?
guy,
Sunset?
huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was you. Oh, I thought you was Jay talking. My
I
bad.
am not sleep.
No, look,
Oh,
I
I don't think she do.
what I wanted to ask the guy was this: as a LBGT man, and I know none of y'all can answer it. If he had children, would he want his children to be taught the things that the LBGT is trying to push on our children?
Correct.
They
I
trying to
know you
teach your
going.
kids. They trying to teach our kids about fellatio,
Mm-hmm.
fisting, all type of sexual preferences. Like if you got a child, straight or gay, do you want your child to be introduced to that at 3 years old?
I don't.
Hell
And
no.
actually, my daughter played basketball, and I really implement a man in her life, far as like not just sexually, but just like, do you really want to end the life of society because a woman cannot create? I'm gonna leave it there. I think I said too much.
Well, I always look at it like this as a mother. And from what I look at, the LBGT only stand up for what they want. And they want to push. I don't care which person you talk to, they always find a reason to say, oh, well, this person was gay and that person was gay. What? What do that have to do with what's going on right now with these people enforcing this crap on other people's children?
What they have to offer only is non-life participation, and they having fun. I care less what they do in the bedroom, but if like we was meant to be on Earth to produce. I'm gonna say it like that.
Okay, that was an awkward pause.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to cut her off. I was just trying to
You did? No, everybody just got quiet.
yeah, but I mean, like anybody that's gay, that's anti-life. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna be real
Anti who?
anti-life
Oh.
Yes, sir.
because correct. You got it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying that I was just agreeing with you. I just think personally, what you do in your bedroom should not have to be advertised.
Right.
When I meet you, I don't want to say, "Hey, how are you, Just Jay? My name is Sunset, and I'm bi." What
Right.
the hell did that got to do with anything?
Right. Can you
Nothing.
please respect me differently than you respect people that are heterosexual?
Like, let me just recognize you as a man or woman. Period.
Right.
Correct.
Facts.
Let's start there. I'm
Facts.
go ahead.
And then not saying, when you have something dealing with, I'm not gonna say you don't have LBGT marching and out on the forefront. I'm not saying that they're not doing it, but the only people within the past 10, 15 years that got some type of relief towards their goal was LBGT and foreigners. Black people ain't getting none. How long have we been doing this thing?
Man,
How long
we've
we've been
been
saying,
populating
okay,
this
we
whole earth.
human. We still trying to be get off the list of saying we only 3/4 of a human. These people
And
can go and say they a whole woman if they a man. And you don't feel you got more rights than me?
no,
Mhm.
that's actually I heard what you said. Like, man.
And you have some that's misleading, like the trans that's what's her name? She just came out, but recently she outed a bunch of men, but they didn't
Let's
know.
start off with Caitlyn Jenner.
No, I'm talking about this something recent. She messed with a lot of men in the industry, but they didn't know she was a trans.
What's good, Miss J?
So,
I said what's good. I ain't see you was on the panel.
Oh yeah, I've been here. So how do you sit up there and want rights and all this and all that, but then you trick people and then out them? Like, how you gonna out somebody who didn't know who you were?
Correct.
But
But
listen,
how
let
you?
me tell you what they do.
I'm listening.
Transgenders, see, back in my day, you can call me old if you want to. I was born in 72. But back in my day, you was either a dyke or faggy. Not to be throwing no shade or nothing. I'm just telling you what we called it growing up. Before, when I was a little girl, I used to hear my grandmother, she called them punks and bulldaggers. So I guess as the times go on, the names change. Now it's a whole alphabet. So you pick and choose whatever you want to be. I didn't even know queer was actually a whole different sector of. I'm like, okay. Anyway, they have surpassed the black woman and the black man as far as having rights. These people have gone as far, if it's not their agenda to wipe out nature or natural reproduction, then why or how can a whole man with a whole penis say, I identify with a woman and get the rights that a woman have from birth or should have from birth? Like, that makes no sense to me. And they always got a reason why it should be normal.
Yes, Brenda, you are.
And you know what, Brenda? Let me say this. See, we live off our traditions and family understanding, and this new age is teaching the kids to self-identify yourself and what do you feel like instead of what you are. And to me, I'm not a Bible believer, I'm not a Christian, but to me, that goes against natural law because everything in like what species besides I think seals give birth, but I don't know. I'm trying to dig into my bag to say that like natural law is to be fruitful and plenish. I don't know no two same sex ever did that. Besides the new science that could artificially simulate anything.
Mm-mm.
All I know is I ain't never put a white coat on and a badge and walked up in the doctor's up into a surgery operating room and say, look, I identify with a doctor today, so let me do this surgery. Or I identify with this. I'm feeling like I want to be a teacher today. Let me go in somebody's classroom.
Correct. Like they don't allow you to do that, but they allow you to dictate what you see. I watched a podcast the other day. It was a stream that they basically saying that kids at birth know what they want to be instead of letting nature dictate. That's what I
Oh
was
yeah,
saying.
they said there's a law already in place that you can't tell your child it's a boy or a girl until they're a certain age. You have to allow them to choose it.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to explain because I went around I I went around the world to say that I did, but you hit it nail on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What's up, Vato?
And you know, when you hear people talk about this, a lot of people that are in that lifestyle feel like you're hating or you're putting them down or you're talking about them. No, I don't care about what you do in your bedroom. I could care less if you're gay, straight, triple, tri, bi, up, down, round, on the ground. I could care less. But when you infringe that shit on my children,
Correct.
I got a whole problem with it.
Yeah, I have to,
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole different situation now because now you're infringing on my privacy. No matter what I tell my
And
kids.
you coming in my home
Mhm.
underlinedly raising my children.
Right.
I don't like that.
My
You're
impressionable
you're
children.
influencing innocent minds due to your adult or your perverted decisions.
Correct. Let me tell them that all you need to tell them is about history, science, and all that fake stuff that you give them. That's why I try to homeschool, and at that time, my daughter
Because I've
mom.
never heard no one said Malcolm X was gay. Now I've never looked that deep into it, but I mean, for real, I don't think that's a plus to his name. That's more of a dagger.
But see, like a lot of this shit won't like a lot of this shit they don't really approve of. Like you know what I'm saying, the government forcing this shit and they making it seem like they down with it when a lot of them is not.
But hey, Rod, acquiescence of the law is no excuse. So like a lot of times we send our kids to school unless we ask them what they're learning, we won't know.
And another thing too, even though the government, a lot of them, because I have, one of my best friends back in the day was gay. We hung together, thick as thieves. I done been to the gay clubs with him. You know what I'm saying, because that was my nigga. But outside of that dress, he was a man, and he will tell you that what they're doing is not right to these children. He understands that. But you have a
Right.
lot of people that know it and they will go along with the program because they benefit from it.
Go along to get along game. Like I do
Exactly.
follow Kwame Brown a little bit, but I ain't gonna say I'm a Charleston. I mean, I don't like the way that these gangs are affiliated, but I don't like the way Charleston White go about it. But I'm more of like, I mean, I'm trying to combine both of them. At the same time, I don't really understand how certain people don't realize that the school is corrupted.
I
And
don't know, but
actually, like that's why I wanted to homeschool. Like I ain't gonna lie, like my baby mom, she went through the whole school board system, and I'm like, you're not teaching right now. You doing algorithms for the SATs. I understand that. Like, you can't tell me nothing. I don't know nothing. But either way, like, do you really believe in this system? And the answer, I'm kind of getting blackballed, not blackballed, but I'm kind of in the same scenario like Kanye. Like, apparently, I'm crazy because I'm speaking up about the truth.
yeah, that whole these agendas that they be pushing is what tearing the people apart too, and they know what they doing.
Oh, for
They
sure.
they trying to completely destroy the homes and grow these children up to how they want them to be. That's why they be allowing that stuff in the like Blues Clues and all these other channels and TV shows and stuff like man, that shit ain't right. And a lot of
And
them know it's not right, and they not down with that.
correct. And the only thing I
But
feel
some of them
that
just don't understand the whole entire play that they're running.
But I'm just saying like this. If you
Mhm.
think about it, this is how I be thinking about it sometimes. Most people that I know that were like molested or anything like that as a child usually have some form of trauma in their life, or they have something that they deal with normally throughout their life because of that tragedy that occurred, against their will or what have you. But most people, and I know a lot of people, always say different, but most people that I know that are that way normally have gotten that way due to molestation, and that's something that they refuse to
talk about. Hello?
thing that's dealing with pedophilia,
Mhm.
sexual preference.
Exactly. That's what and that's another thing people overlook too is that right there. This country is trying to be overrun by pedos and trannies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's taking over. Well, that's what's trying to take over the world. Because people fail to realize like 90% of Hollywood is freaking trannies.
Yep.
It's
And
not
I
all
was
them
I was
women
on a
that they see is not all women.
I was on a panel yesterday, and the dude broke it down all the way back to Hitler, why Hitler was putting the Jews in a concentration camp, and how they would stitch this upside down triangle in pink color because they were gay, and that they
Hmm.
wanted them crucified.
Correct.
Not saying that they should be crucified, but it has been something that has been pushed against or rejected for a long time. Not saying that it's right or that it's wrong, but it's just not natural, is what I'm saying.
Correct. And that's why I was saying earlier when I kind of like ended what I was ranting, but I said think about Solomon and Gomorrah. Like, okay, the creator did reset a lot of things. Look at Solomon and Gomorrah. That's what I said.
And if you go any deeper, as far as just beyond sexual preference, when you are spiritually tied to someone in that manner, that's a spirit. You're not born that way. I don't believe that. I
I
don't
don't
believe
either.
no one is.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't believe you. See, man, what I heard was they actually like teaching this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was on a Bro Sanchez channel and they were talking about how can you be born knowing what you are. Basically, you taking the creator out of the situation. I can't see it no different.
Right.
Feels like.
But see, that's how they manipulate these kids with the junk that they eat. You know what I'm saying? The
Oh, for
Similac has
sure.
chemicals in it, all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
And that's what causes kids to grow up and be confused about their sexuality because their their mental has been chemically tampered with. You know what I'm saying? And they know what type of chemicals to use to tamper with your mental.
Correct. And if you born with a certain region, like being something else mean you have to be your own God or let science be their God to reenact a whole nother trans man, I don't know how to explain it, man. Like you born what you are. Like are you pro life or against?
You said, am I? You talking about the Roe versus Wade?
That's one of the charters, but I was saying is like how do like growing up or not even growing up, being born, how do you know you're not even like past 6 or 7 or you're not even 10, 11 to dictate your own mind. And we trying to
Yeah,
push this agenda on you so that you can alter what you really feel, make you think that if you feel that way, you wrong. That's what they're doing. They making kids feel wrong for knowing what they are. Let me
right.
shut. Let me shut.
If y'all go back, I would say my oldest son is 28 years old. My second child is
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Mm.
about 20 years ago.
You broke out a little bit. I didn't hear what you said before that.
Can you hear me now?
I got you.
Okay. So if you go back about 20 years ago,
What up, Lawrence?
I've always been the type of person that just look into shit because that's just me, you know. But they had an article that I remember reading myself that they were changing the baby formula. They changed it from cow's base milk to soy.
Yeah,
And
that's
y'all
another
say,
thing too. Soy. Yep.
yeah. And if you know what soy does to an infant boy or girl, it changes, it reduces their testosterone for a
Correct.
male,
And turn it into estrogen.
and it raises the estrogen so high
Mm.
that women grow facial hair and all of this, right?
Yeah.
So not only did they do that, but they added so-called this man-made natural vitamin that's supposed to be naturally in breast milk because it made the kids more smarter, made them learn faster. They put that in the baby formula. So I actually went and read deeper on it, and it talked about how it was going to change how our children interact with each other, how they look. It's going to make them desire the same
Think.
sex
The
and all
key
of that.
word is think.
Right. So a lot of people may feel like, oh, I was born this way, or I felt this way all my life. But was you breastfed or bottle fed? And with the chemicals in our food, these people, they have come up with a nice system to corrupt the human mind in thinking that they're something that they're not.
Right. It's this shit is wild. Like it's wild. That's why so I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but
Because it's so deep. It's so
it
deep
used
and
to.
demonic.
Yeah, right. And then it not used to be so many, but there is so many. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be comfortable with who you are, but you are who you are by how they shaped you. You know what I'm saying? By our parents not actually looking into the things that we eat and stuff like that.
Right.
A lot of the candy has shit in it that we're not supposed to be consuming.
Mm.
The Pedialyte has red 40 in it. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be consuming no type of red 40. It's banned in other countries.
Correct. Like in Russia, the microwave is banned.
Yeah, because the microwave don't. When you heat up your food, all you doing is killing the nutrients in it, and it's being
Correct.
heated up by radiation.
Correct. Correct.
So it's pointless of eating anything you put in the microwave.
pointless.
It's a nutrients killer. That's why I don't even use mine. Shit is it's crazy
And
how
my
like
bad,
we use
my
shit and
bad,
we
brother.
think everything normal, but it's not. This shit ain't normal at all. That shit is not normal at all. And yeah, that weed too. That government weed, I tell people stay away from that government weed. Any weed that's being sold in stores, stay away from that shit because that's not natural weed. And the water that we drink, like they fuck with everything because they know what they know what they want. They know what type of situation they pushing for. They know what the agenda. You know what I'm saying? They gonna go for their agenda. I think this shit'll change eventually, but man, this shit wild. But yeah, it's definitely changes need to be made. Like for one, stop fucking with what we, you know what I'm saying, with what we eat and what we drink and all this other stuff. Like leave shit alone. But see, I think they don't want us to know who we are because they know personally. Like if they don't have nobody to try to rule over, what's the point of them being here? You know what I'm saying? Just shit just not what it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's all people want to do is live in good health. Shit. But it's always some bullshit in the game that we're unaware of. It is what it is. Just people just need to wake up, man, and pay attention to what's really going on. Stop being distracted by so much bullshit. Like if you're gonna be entertained, but at the same time, pay attention to what's going right before the shit go left.
Correct.
Just like these celebrities and all this shit, they all a distraction, bro. They not they create drama, they run plays and all that shit to keep us distracted. They ain't motherfucking thinking about us. They doing what the fuck they told. They sold
And
they soul for a reason.
hopefully,
Anybody
because
sell they soul, bro, they ain't for you. They against you.
correct. Any of these type of lodges that you go in, you realize like, are do you want to be part of outside or inside? And once you inside, that's when I know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm leaving there. You got it,
Yeah,
Rob.
man. You know how it is. You know what they doing. That shit just
And
all of that's all that shit is fugazi.
and the good thing, I know, but I don't know because I never. I mean, I probably walked into two or three. You know what I mean? But I don't understand what they going about, far as we concerned. Because I like I called two of my cousins out. I like that's like they was like, I knew I was Mason. I knew I was Prince Hall. I said I don't know. I just go off your action and how you went about it. Mm,
Right.
I know a lot that I, I don't feel obligated to tell them because I realize what they went through, and that's on you. I ain't gonna harp on it, but they can give me a good referral, but um, I really realized what they went
Is this the same person that was just up here?
Yeah, I just switched device, bro, because that other phone
Yeah,
was.
that's her. I just let her up.
Oh, all right. I be thinking it's a different person.
No, it's the same. I just got
through.
two. I got two
Oh,
phones. That's all. I just be switching back and forth.
My bad. I'm listening and doing my training homework at the same time.
oh, okay. I thought you was asleep.
No, I can't go to sleep. I have too much to do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, baby, work from home.
I hear you, Miss J. Hey, what type of training module you on now? Hello?
Oh, she's so rude.
Yeah, she ain't say nothing.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I had y'all turned down because I can't hear both of y'all. Both of the.
You don't want to answer that question.
Oh, for a job. Or a gig, rather. Any
It
other
took
questions?
you too long to think about it.
I just told you I'm going
Yeah,
between the screen. I had you on mute.
it's a good thing.
You just trying to mess with me, Indigenous.
You know, oh, you said it right, and
Shut up.
everybody else said it.
Leave me alone,
wrong.
okay? I'm over here trying to learn something.
That's true. That's true. And I'm glad you said it right.
Shayna must have fell asleep on y'all.
No,
Shayo
we over
always,
here.
yeah, I think
No,
he was one. That's why he ended his live. He was going to sleep.
Oh, he ended it. I thought, usually
yeah,
have.
Shane ain't been over here.
Now, usually have when we jump on another live, it's because Shayno done fell asleep.
You heard what I said?
What you
No, I
said?
said you heard what I said.
No, I didn't. That's why I said what you
No,
said.
I said Shane hasn't been over here because he's asleep.
That's what I'm saying. He must have fell asleep on y'all.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. I'm going back on mute because I'm doing something very
And
productive.
stop, man. Put that bubble.
Oh,
Put that who?
I'm joking.
What you just say?
I said put that bubble gum down.
Put that bubble gum there.
You felt like you were Jordan.
Huh? I never, because I'm not finna break my brain trying to figure out what you saying.
No, you don't get it.
Oh, you done made it, Rob. Here they go.
Oh, what's up?
oh, well, you know what to do for them.
I don't see him on here yet. Hold on. Yeah, you did it. Hide him.
Oh, now, goddamn.
You gotta hide him. Oh, you hid him. Okay. I'm going back to mute, y'all.
Okay. We won't miss you. I mean, we will miss you.
You know what?
Hey, I called
yeah. You supposed to be doing some work, man. What you back here for?
I am, and the only reason I'm on mute is because y'all will hear what I'm listening to. So leave me alone.
Oh, okay.
No. We want to make sure with everything you're doing, we have full support.
Actually,
You
I'm
didn't hear what I said.
I'm doing a quiz. Okay.
What's up?
5 questions. I'll be back. Yeah, laugh at them, y'all, because they crazy.
I am. But I asked a real question though. I was trying to see what understanding you were trying to come about.
Yeah, that's
Now I'm gonna let down, but yeah, I made a mistake and fell asleep early and woke up at 4.
oh yeah. I normally do that if I go to sleep early.
I ain't try to go to sleep. That's what I was saying. I ain't try to go to sleep early, but I did. That's why when I came in, I said Grand Rising. And they was like, hit the panel. They wanted to see if I was drinking or not. And apparently not. I come on, man. I know that's why I'm like, Rob, that's what I was trying to say. Like, dang, like I ain't trying to say it now. So I thought about that. I mean, but I've been around.
Yeah.
Here, and me, you chopped it up a lot of times on the panel. You know I'm good money
Oh yeah.
for sure.
I just be I need to get on my matter of fact, I need to get my Patreon back for real, for real. My account got hacked twice this year, bro. I ain't trying to keep switching numbers and all this other shit. That shit gets on my nerves. I ain't even got my money back from the first time my account was hacked. I don't think. Waiting on this second one. But yeah, I think shit. As far as Kanye, I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out which way Kanye is moving because yeah, he out here spitting facts, but at the same time, that don't mean that you moving in the right direction.
I
Well, let me
mean,
let me ask this question because
I
I've
beg
been
your
waiting to ask the panel or a panel the question that I've been thinking about. So, black people, we always say we need someone to help us start this movement or just come together as a conglomerate and go forward and, you know, doing the things or getting things situated for black people like they should or indigenous, whatever you claim yourself to be.
pardon.
So my thing is with Kanye,
Mhm.
I don't really look,
Actually, I
I
want
don't
to
look,
erase. Could I say this? I want to erase Kanye. I want to put Tariq Nasheed in the middle. D- Does that make? Do you know what Tariq Nasheed is?
yeah.
I'd rather put him in the middle. Like, what's your thoughts on him?
Well, I don't really listen to too much he say because I'm not African descent. My family wasn't, enslaved and all that crap.
Right. So,
Yeah,
oh,
So
I'm
I
from
don't
here, so
we on the same page with that.
so I don't really I think, I
Hmm.
look at what Kanye's doing, Tashik doing, Dan Calloway, and all the people that are, pushing this movement as far as, trying to
Have you heard
establish
of Chief
black people.
Holiday?
Yeah, I heard of Chief Holiday.
You heard of him, but I be on that panel every now and then.
Yeah, I've been over there. I've been on his panel before.
So you know who I am then.
I know who you are, Indigenous. We used to be on another panel all the time together, but I ain't
So
say the name.
UP, that's my
Huh?
dog. No, I was thinking.
PUP?
I said that. I said that.
I just think with Kanye, what Rob was saying, he just want to know which way he going or he don't know. I think with a person like that, you just have to sit back and observe and watch.
yeah, and that's what I'm doing.
It's not so
Because
much.
the one thing that he didn't mention that is most important out of all of the situation is these children. Even like even some of the other celebs or whoever has spoke out, they haven't mentioned nothing about these children.
That's
Well, I think to me, my understanding of Kanye, like I said, I've never really been a Kanye fan. I mean, I've always heard and seen some of the wild stuff he's done, and what's going on now is a part of it too. But I think Kanye has an agenda, meaning not that it's good or bad, but to me, he's going after a specific
mhm,
set of people
mhm.
that we know as the industry.
Right.
I
I don't think he's standing up saying You know, I want equal rights for all black people in America, which I think he's trying to make that a part of it. But you got to go and do some history on Kanye. These people stole $325 million from him when he was trying to get into the fashion industry. They took his money.
That's what I said. Bill Cosby. I wasn't being funny. I was just drawing
And,
a correlation.
and I think Kanye is on a revenge tip right now. I think he positioned himself in a position to where he can come at these people and show everybody the real corruption, because all the people that they did that came out about the jewelry people, they were taken out. Their whole, you know, look at Nick Cannon. But see, Kanye, from what I'm just looking at, this man has been positioning himself to do exactly what he's doing right now.
Correct. And that's why he moved his name from Yeezy or Kanye to Ye. Like, people don't realize that. He moved his whole name to Ye. He said, "Call me Ye." And
Right. That's his new. You know what I'm saying?
but that's the power play. Like, get out of like what Prince did.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
He had to go into a whole nother entity. And he probably protected all of his assets.
Mm-hmm.
He probably situated himself where they can't touch his money like they could anyone else.
Yeah, Kanye. They can't touch. They can't touch Kanye no more. He got his new Ye.
But what I want to know is he being protected by the white hats? Because if he's being protected by the white hats, they definitely can't touch Kanye. He can do and say whatever he wants.
But if he was protected, he wouldn't have did that power move.
You say he won't be that powerful?
No, if he would have kept his name as Kanye, which they own, now he's at Ye that he owns. Just saying.
See, look, I saw an interview with Kanye about some years ago. I came across it on the internet somehow. And he was talking to this dude named Sway. And he was explaining, that's how I found out about, he just says now, you know, they took 300 and something million from him. But on the interview, he explained the whole situation this way. What happened? He even told Sway, this was like 10 years ago. He told him in this interview he wasn't going back to rapping because he was just good at it. He made a lot of money from it. And these people took his money.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, in order for him to recoup his money, he told him he had to go to the church. He was going to do a Jesus album.
He
told Sway all this on an interview. I saw it. And at the time, you know, like I said, I've never really been a Kanye fan, but I came across the video and I was like, okay. And then actually to see him do it, I was like, okay, this guy is really like pushing something.
Intelligent.
So I think with him, I don't know what his backing is, but he's not afraid to have that target on his chest. I can tell you that right now.
I think he's being heavily protected, to be honest with you.
Also, yes.
Because they snatched him up before, but they're not going to be able to do it again.
Yeah, he is.
And listen, you know, everybody online, you know, you see all the different podcasts with, oh yeah, Kanye lost Adidas, Kanye loses his endorsement.
Why he not mad?
But do you know how
that was attached to the brand that he started? Now he has his own.
He ain't worried about that because he don't approve of the price that they were selling them shoes anyway.
I'm trying not to display the place.
But nobody's talking about how just the last few days Adidas stocks plummeted.
Yeah, Kanye lost everything. He lost everything.
Not Kanye. not him himself, but the
Adidas
Adidas,
lost out
His brand.
Adidas lost.
because
Kanye,
Adidas really won't shit until Kanye came with them Yeezys.
right?
Well,
Their stocks in the last couple of days have went down drastically.
they
Can
felt
I ask this? What part of Jordan is Jordan to Nike?
None of it.
No, I
a
think
name.
it's 95. No, you have to do research. Like Jordan came out first with Nike, didn't he?
It still is Nike.
That's my point. You said it still is.
Yeah, he ain't out there saying crazy stuff.
I'm not trying to connect, but what I'm saying is, if Jordan left Nike, apparently they still have that 5%.
Jordan don't own the whole Jordan brand. He may own a percentage of it,
Correct.
but that's owned by somebody else. He made his money off
I
of it.
said Nike on the other percent.
But I found out who. Shit, I can't think of the name, but I want to say that the owner of Adidas is Jewish. I want to say.
Yeah,
But
he is.
but
He
but
is.
but but, but Kanye
That's
already
why. That's
owns
why
it.
Ye don't care if
Yes.
Adidas cut
Kanye.
ties with him or not, because he was gonna get that. He was gonna do that anyways.
Correct. That's why I said plumbing failed on my behalf.
But see, what people not realizing is Kanye West. Listen, when they took that $325 million from him, he told Sway, he said, "I don't have it." They took all of my money.
But
For
it
that
took
man,
Believe
for that
what you
man
want to.
in the last 10 years to come back and be pretty much, from what they're saying, the richest black man right now in the world, in America. The church,
He said that he shouldn't
him
have. He
doing,
shouldn't have said that.
him doing those gospel songs
Yeah.
and albums and having the church made him so much money that he's landed to where he can actually step out from amongst these people and call their butts out.
And, I mean,
He
you're
feeling
right.
some type of way. He feeling some type of way.
No,
that took him out
it
of
was
business.
no. But honestly, to become president, you have to extinguish all your ties.
I'm sorry, I just can't see him
Sure.
winning president.
Let me show you.
When he lost that contract, he
He didn't lose it.
it took him out of billionaire status.
Correct. That's what they say.
But I think, in my opinion, allegedly, I think the PPP loan put him in billionaire status. He had more money to invest.
No, unless you was on benefiting from these gentrified places, like your money gonna stay the same because the escrow and a certain land ties like have you in a different place regardless of who says what. I'm gonna say that, Miss J. I'm sorry.
I was watching this guy yesterday. He was speaking on this situation. And he said, what people are not realizing or understanding that there are more than one type of Jew.
Correct.
He said the Jews that Kanye is talking about are not the average regular Jews that just, he's talking about the ones that own Hollywood, the ones that own where they're pretty much using black people for their own personal gain.
Yep.
He even said the name of the Jew. I don't know it, but I can't remember what he said, what he called
Ashkenazi.
something like that. But it's a certain type of Jew that he said Kanye. He said that's why all Jews are not mad with Kanye.
Yeah, because they know what's they know what's fact and what's fiction, and they know everything he telling the truth is it's factual.
And that's why you don't go at a Jew as a whole front. Like either you point out who you dealing with, or you put everything or everybody under a box. And he put everybody under a box, which wasn't the real factor into who owns what.
Well, I
Because if
guess,
you
in a sense, he could be doing it like this. He could be saying, listen, I don't mess with Jews. But he doesn't have to specify to no one who he talking about because they know who he talking about.
He was talking about the
Mhm.
music industry. He was talking about the music industry at that
It
point.
doesn't matter to him if you don't understand him. When have
Oh,
Kanye ever said
that's
anything
true.
straight out other than Taylor Swift, didn't deserve every
But
award?
but if you think about it, he never put them out and said no names.
Who?
Nah, but what's really crazy is if you think about it, who was being tortured in the Holocaust?
So called.
But the reason why I was on I don't know if y'all heard of Aboriginal TV.
Yeah,
Oh, that's where I'll be at. What's up?
Right. So he did a one yesterday, and he
hmm
told why they treated the Jews like that because they said the Jews were homosexuals back in the
Okay.
days of Hitler. That's
uh,
why they put them in concentration camps
Do
because they
do
were
you
going
know
to keep them.
Lotus? You know Lotus?
Yeah, I know lawyer too.
No, I say, do you know Lotus?
Oh no.
Mhm.
yeah,
He's a man.
that's why they took over our media and with the entertainment and everything else because they know that's a way of them
Yes.
controlling the world or
Yep.
whatever the case may be, and
That's exactly what he broke down. That's exactly
yeah.
how he broke
So
down.
it's
Yeah.
basically it's all a revenge tactic.
And if you
It
read the,
it.
if you read the homosexual or the gay manifesto, they pretty much
Ooh,
tell you that.
you
They
said the
say,
gay manifesto.
yeah, they in the
I
gay
don't know about
manifesto,
that.
they, in the gay manifesto, they said, we are your teachers, we are your doctors, we are your neighbor, we are the person beside you in the grocery store,
Mhm.
and their whole sole purpose is to make man lover of themselves. They don't want
What?
they don't want a heterosexual home
So
environment.
so so what does that do to the average wife and man?
They're trying to eliminate it. That's their purpose.
All you gotta do is pay attention. After I realized that the Jews was in that Holocaust and all that, that's when I was like, oh yeah, they trying to get their revenge. They're the reason why that these homes has been broken up and all this other shit. They got their hands into everything.
Everything.
The media, it all makes sense now.
Yep. And then someone was brought to my attention or was just saying, and I was like, it was a light bulb that went on when they said, if you notice a lot of the interviews Kanye West did when he did it with Nori, they took that stuff off that network, even though it's owned by a black person, but they took it off the network. And he said the Jews kept it on theirs during this whole time where Kanye was, just everywhere on social media, which he still is. But they kept it up on there so they can generate the money. They can get the money.
Right.
Hmm. I mean, basically, what you're saying is like Kanye, like one of his rant, and they holding that against him, but they took it from the black media and leaving it on the Jewish ones.
I don't know. For some reason, like I don't think I can't see Kanye West president.
Nope.
Um, I don't know what's going on with because they were saying Trump, Kanye, and Elon Musk supposed to be coming together like this X-Men type of conglomerate to put. I don't know, but I'm sitting back and I'm watching because it's a show to me. It's funny.
Get the
It is.
popcorn.
I need some popcorn and
It's a
some
movie, but then most
Mike
definitely.
and Ike.
and some bonbons too.
Oh yeah, all day, all day. Cause I'm thinking about calling Lotus right now to explain exactly what you were saying. But I'll do that later. Hey Rob, you got my contact?
Uh-uh.
Oh, he been gone, Casanova. Long time, about an hour ago. Shit.
Put it in the back chat. Well,
I will, but y'all love Instagram for some reason.
nah, cause that's just what mostly people have.
Yeah, because people don't want to give out their
Man, I'm kind of under
pictures.
high though. Like dox me, all you gonna find is some traffic tickets.
You know, in
Nah,
these YouTube streets, a nigga like to get your information and put your business all on the
Mm.
YouTube street.
Get off the panel. Yeah, just a form of humiliation because ain't nobody pulling up. But that's on them, not me, because I don't socialize with people like that.
Yeah, I just think this is a critical time that you don't be quick to judge. You listen, you pay attention, because for real, everybody that stands up for us usually have an agenda.
Exactly. That's why I'm sitting there like, what's is it really for us or like what? Is it for his benefit? Is he just trying to use us to get back at the Jewish?
Because he know he got the following. He even said that. He said, "Oh, I already got the people." He got the following.
Right.
He knows it. He's calculated, and that could be good, and that could also be bad.
Cause what was it? Oh man, I forgot. Dang, it was something good too. I forgot what it was. But
yeah,
yeah,
my bad. I'm back now.
Yeah, this is another episode.
You know it. You already know it.
I just look at it like it's a daggone series. And yeah, we watching it.
Hey,
And watch, it's gonna be a whole lot of shit returned to us. Watch.
A whole
Nobody has no business being out this bitch broke
yeah.
unless you blew all your money. But yeah, we all got bread.
But I mean, look how much money they gave out in the last I wouldn't even say 4 years, 3 years to other people other than blacks. They let all them people come across that border. I mean, every person, like, as far as that made a legacy, or either I don't know what you would call it, but like the people that was placed in office in the government, a lot of those were, they had like several black women that won different positions. But when you look at their history and their background, they not even American. They from other countries.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
yeah, here
They just look.
It's like
They
they on
just
the
look.
front line. They give them
a lot of them classify as white too.
Yeah, they look black, but they come in and they have an agenda
Classify.
to benefit their own people.
Mm-hmm.
Every person here, other than the original people from America, are foreigners. Even to
That's
the
a
white
big
people,
fact.
they foreigners.
That's
They
a big
foreigners.
fact. That's a big fact. Although most of our leaders, like we don't pick nobody. They make sure they bread and make sure that they have an agenda to over. I mean, they make sure that whatever agenda they on to overturn, and that's why a lot of our leaders or people that could benefit from our back are foreigners, and they don't know they puppets.
All I know is Obama just popped up out of nowhere, man.
Exactly. Hey, and to be honest with you, a lot of these celebrities and politicians popped out of nowhere.
Yep.
Prime
Kind of
example.
Like
Obama, a prime example.
Even Candace Owens.
he
She
became
just
he was
popped
the
up out of
senator
nowhere.
first, though. He was the
Fred,
senator in
how
Chicago
many
first.
how many people
As
in
far as
Chicago did Kansas Owens arrest?
huh?
No, what I'm saying is how many people that was unlawfully wrongdoing in Chicago by Candace Owens? Do you know that?
No idea. We was talking about Obama, but again, Obama was the senator. Don't do that.
I'm talking about the
Obama was the
foreigners.
senator in Chicago first, so I don't
Foreign-
know where he came from before that, but yeah, he came. He was
but
senator. He was in the Senate.
check this out though. Like I was told, right? A lot of these celebrities are being groomed
Yes.
from birth. So yeah,
Mhm.
you might seen them in school, you might hang out with them at school or whatever the case may be, but nobody has never been to their homes.
Might have seen pictures of Obama worshiping every doggone religion. I think
Nationality, kissing feet, almost.
he confused.
But look,
Yeah.
He, he ain't conf-
I saw a
Hmm.
movie not too long ago, and it was about an outbreak of some type of virus, right? But it was basically, if you watch the movie, you could see what's going on now in the movie.
It's a few
what
of them.
contagious.
No,
Yeah,
it's not contagious, but it was something on Netflix I saw not too long ago.
I ain't
But
see it.
they actually groomed, they formed and birthed these twins to be in the future so they could do this outbreak of this virus. Like they set up the whole you know how they would have them things where you would go and people was driving up getting the shots and all that stuff. uh I don't know what you would the like the doctors, like they had all, like, you had to see the movie. It was so programmed because they wanted to manipulate the people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about drones?
I don't know the name. I'm gonna have to find out what the name was. But they raised and groomed these little two twins. They kept them in the facility, and when it was time for them to come out and do certain things, that's when they came out. Their father was not their real biological father. Where they lived was not their actual home. They just used it
Mm-hmm.
as like a decoy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Until they
like,
get to that famous spot or whatever the case may be.
yeah. So it's like they groom these clones or whatever these people are. I think they're transhuman. Like Elon Musk is not a human; he's a transhuman. You know what that means, right? Meaning
If,
he's a
if
fleshly looking robot.
Okay, yeah, that is transhuman. What the hell I was thinking about?
Right. So, and he's pushing all of this metaverse. You know, he just bought Twitter. Elon Musk just bought Twitter like a week or two ago.
See, he had backed out of it. Then next thing he buying it again. But yeah, that's the
So
play that's being ran. Yeah.
there, and then too, you see him linking up with Kanye and the Trumpster. What's going on?
Now
What's
you know
really
Trump's
going on?
family owns Tesla. Elon Musk don't own
So
Tesla.
you know how Trump's family got a hold to all of that, the wealth that they did, is because a girlfriend of mine, she's a history teacher. She's an older lady. She's like in her 70s. And she was telling me how she read this book, pretty much was talking about the original Tesla, the guy that back in the 1700s,
Correct. What's the book?
Mm-hmm.
which he was out during the times of Hitler and all of this. He
What's the
created
book?
a CERN machine. He created all this, and they said he had wrote a book because he time traveled to the future. In this book, it had Donald Trump in there. It had all these people. Maybe this is where they getting the Illuminati cards from. I'm not sure,
What's the book called?
but it. I'm not sure the name. I would have to ask her because she told me the name of the book.
Okay.
She said, and it describes everything. What happened was the great 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 grandfather of Donald Trump. They um somehow went in this house and they found this book that had all this information in, and his great 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 grandfather got possession of it. And I don't know if he was groomed to, because if you go back on some of Donald Trump interviews, he said if he ever ran for president, he would run as a Republican because they were stupid. So if you
And
think about all that and you see what's going on, is it all just a play? Are these people just put here just to get us distracted?
mhm.
Because there's a lot of distractions on social media right now.
Cause to be honest with you, they say Donald Trump uncle named Ted something. I don't even want to say Trump. They say that he has all the secret documents from Tesla.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Correct.
That's the book I'm telling you about.
Hmm.
And my thing is, if you go back and look, Donald Trump parents didn't raise him. His uncle did. So was he groomed to be? I mean, curious minds want to know. I know I want to know.
And that's fact. But how can Donald Trump? I mean, not Donald Trump, but how can he be so cool with Kanye to bring a presidency unless Kanye would? Because I did hear that every president had blood ties. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All I know is from what I see and understand, I don't know the connection there, but you got to think Kanye and Trump are almost like they both Geminis. They both want control. They both, but think that they have billions of dollars. They
Had
said,
it's a key term because apparently everybody backing off from Kanye. But see,
but
I don't
they
know this
said
lady.
Kanye worth. They say
I
his
don't
worth
know
has
this.
gone. They say his worth has gone up due to these people
Oh,
dropping him.
see, that makes sense.
So I don't know. I just be like everybody else trying to piece that shit together because I'm like, hold up, this don't make sense. So how you get this if this, that, and the third don't equal to this, but yet you got that? So I just always try to be neutral and look at it all the way across the board because there's something going on. We just didn't get
Yeah,
the damn memo. We didn't get the memo. They left us. They left us out.
got you though. I mean, you're right.
And if you think about it, for real, Kanye not hurting nobody. If anybody gonna get hurt and lose all their money, it's him.
And why isn't he mad?
Cause he got a plan. He's he
Correct.
did-
That's what I'm
he
trying to
got,
tell people.
he
It's
got a plan.
it's a
You don't
method
go that
behind the
hard.
madness.
You don't go that hard just shooting from the hip, man. You go that hard because you know that you got whatever you got that's gonna back you. You know you're 100% concrete on that in your mind. But
correct.
only time will tell.
And you know what? We're gonna sit back at this like 5 years, like, and still be talking like what? Like we only talk about the Democrat mindset of why Kanye is blackballed, but at the same time, once he start really achieving his greatness, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Why is that? Like we can kick him while he down and keep kicking him, but how come everybody don't want to talk about when he succeed until like that's why I brought up Prince. I'ma shut up.
But you know what? They can get mad if you say the J word, and it's sad that we gotta call it the J word. Why we can't just say it what it is? But people get mad because he called out the Jews, but yet ain't nobody say nothing but go along with what the fact that they saying he crazy. He could have got mad about that. That's worse than being called a Jew. Somebody calling you crazy.
But that really ties into the N word.
No, for sure.
It's almost man. Hey,
You
I'm
know, they
I'm
used
out,
to say that
y'all. I
shit.
gotta be.
They said, oh, Kanye crazy. And the other word that on the end, crazy nigga. What if all these what if it all came down to all these people were transhuman?
But then you have to factor in that. What about the ones that's not? Like I'm gonna say us.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about what I mean. These people mean the higher ups, the people that control everything, the people that have the financial wealth. Because you know, money is power.
Correct.
So what if like Elon Musk? Look how much money this man makes and has, and he's a transhuman.
Mm, I want. Mm, mm. You know what? And I want you to realize that I do hear what you say because you made me think of a different perspective.
What if all these people are put in place just to deceive us, just to get our minds all twined up into this, distracted,
Did you?
and they already know what the outcome gonna be. See, we don't know. We don't know who gonna win
What's the
2024.
outcome?
If you a voter, we don't know what's gonna happen. But I bet you they
That
know.
means, see, that's when you get into everybody that votes still believe in the system.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I'm
all a
listening.
part of
Correct.
it. It's all a part of it. So my thing is this: Kanye West can't get no power or can't become president if you don't vote for it. But look at how they are using the
Slander.
manipulations of this
Correct.
situation
Slander
for
is name.
him to even say, pretty much he said it, I might be running for 2024.
And cannot say it the way he, you know what I mean, do it.
Right. But I'm just saying he's putting that thought and that narrative into people's mind, whether it is or it ain't.
Mhm.
It's all calculated bullshit.
I believe that. And I know because even Donald Trump told you any publicity is good publicity. Do that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
It,
hey,
as long as somebody talking about you is your persona is being activated.
listen, Kanye West then came up with a whole new YouTube page.
Correct.
And he be on like
And I
20.
have both. Never mind that, but I mean, and actually, by listening to Kanye, I almost thought he was white.
Damn.
Like
About to drop down, y'all.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. Don't go nowhere, Miss J.
I have to. I have to drop my daughter off. I'm going
Okay,
live. I'm going live when I come back though. I feel like I'm on demon time.
I heard that.
See you soon.
Toodles.
Yeah, I just think before we rush to judgment, sit back and see how this man play his hand. You
Correct.
you know
That's what I've been saying.
the truth gonna set you free.
Correct.
Everything that if it's true, it's gonna show its head like it always do.
Either we gonna demonize him as crazy, or we gonna realize he a genius.
Either way,
Correct.
either way it goes.
Damn, I ain't even look at it like that, but I understand what he doing is not it's, it's not far fetched. What he doing is bringing a spotlight to his
Yeah,
brand, and he
breaking
called himself.
barriers.
Mhm. Say
He
what?
breaking barriers. He's setting. Listen, he probably thinking his mind because Gemini's is two sided, so they can multitask. They can do a lot of stuff that some
Us
people
as
be.
Sagittarius, I'm a Sagittarius. I could do that also. When I left a job, they had to hire 3 people to doing the same thing that I did on myself.
But see, with this situation,
Yeah, it's
you know, with Kanye West, he want to be the savior and the one that cracked the whip.
think about when Jesus said Hova, his new name Jesus,
Yeah.
and think of how close they were together when they was with. See, I ain't gonna. Oh, see,
Hey, look, because if Kanye West get in office or something like that, do you really think he gonna say, "Oh yeah, black people, y'all don't have to work, y'all can get y'all some land, you can
no,
claim
no,
the country
but
back"?
he come off
No, he
only.
ain't gonna do that. He gonna
Of
say, "All
course,
you niggas better go to work, because a man
yeah.
don't work, a man don't eat."
But if you think about it, everything he do is off of a white ideology through Aleister Crowley. And if you don't know, I know, I do.
All I know is this brother is playing
You know
a
what I
good
said?
game.
Hmm.
He playing a good game.
I can do. That's what I'm saying. If that's what it, but I already know. I ain't gonna say I know, but I can see the play. But I can't explain to other people that's so naive that they don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see the play. See when I brought up Aleister Crowley, and you know what their rituals are, you realize what Jay-Z did first, and he brought uh, the formerly known as Kanye West, now Yeezy. Think about it, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
you heard what I said. I ain't saying that.
And Kanye said in one interview, he talked to Diddy, and Diddy was like, "Man, don't worry about them people taking your money out that bank." He said, "Buy your own bank."
So why was Diddy one of the first people? I was gonna say first players, but like I deal in chess, not checkers. So a lot of my commentary or allegory deals in chess and not checkers. Everything is a strategy play that has an agenda behind it, and if we focus on the strategy, we miss the agenda. Yeah, I land my plane there.
Yeah, it's for sure an agenda. For sure, got a whole meaning behind it.
And that's why I choose to like almost like leave it there instead of going too deep into it unless you want to. Unless you want to. I'll be the first to do it. But I'll be the last because I fall back. Yeah. but you seem like you pretty familiar or educated into what I'm saying. So that's why I never argue with you. I'm gonna sit back and listen to see your plan or strategy behind it. Or honestly, I never talk about somebody that's not there unless they're there to defend themselves. My point. That's how I try to move. That's why a lot of people mentioning other names. That's why I inserted myself into it instead of looking at them, instead of worrying about what they think. Worry about what I'm thinking because I'm talking. If that makes sense. Um, hello.
Yeah, what did you say?
I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, we gotta keep our head on the swivel because right now, shit coming from all angles.
Yeah.
But it only really affects you if you allow it to. That's for sure.
Mhm. And I kind of feel weird because, like, I don't know how I fell asleep, but I fell asleep like around 9 o'clock last night, and I woke up at like 4, and I realized y'all was live or Shayna was live, and I just chimed in, and I know I ain't going back to sleep because I need to get a better regimen because my work schedule don't start until 10, and it's getting closer to the time. And actually, right now I work from home, so everything I do remote. But I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna holler at y'all a little bit later. But I want to leave you on the panel by yourself though.
Yeah, Rob gone.
Mm. Yeah, I seen that. But
Well,
hopefully,
I'm
I
about
was
to
saying
step
that
off.
hopefully.
Yeah, I'm about to step off too because I gotta take my daughter something to her school. So I see you around indigenous in these YouTube streets.
Yeah. What up, Trace? Man, what the world? What you mean, Air Jordan, Fairy? Damn. Took forever to, man, this damn laptop don't be working half the damn time. But yeah, yeah, that was a long-winded phone call. Who that peeping in the bushes? Show your face. Nah, but I got things to do because obviously people calling, shit keep coming up. I'm gonna have to get up off of this thing. I ain't gonna be able to multitask or get no sleep. But thanks for everybody who was on the panel. Um, thanks for everybody who showed up in the chat. Like, share, subscribe. Might go live later. I'm not 100% sure, but everybody be good to one another, man. We ain't really get to talk about Charleston White. I'm gonna have to probably re-edit this joint if I can. If I can't, I don't know if it's possible. No. Oh yeah, I can. So yeah, because we didn't really talk about Charleston White, so we might as well leave Charleston White up out of the out of the title because we didn't say nothing about him. Everybody be good to one another once again, and I'll let your boy later. Peace.